What's going on, guys? I can't believe this team sheet. So, yeah. The big news is today, guys. Let me just do some sound tests quickly to make sure that all of you guys are getting everything that's in here. Right, let's quickly do this. Here we go. And hold on, guys. Right, here we go. So we're cooking with gas now. We're cooking with gas. Thanks, guys, for joining the stream. And listen, man, team sheet that's what it's all about, guys. All about the team sheet. And we are looking ready to go. Just doing a few little short tests here now to make sure that we've got the stream. Yes, we've got the stream. Amazon Prime. Yes, guys, it's on Amazon Prime. Sorry, but for some of you lot who haven't got Amazon, you're probably going to have to find yourself a stream. Big shout out. I can see some of you guys appearing in the chat right now. Let's see what's going on here. Boy, man, I'm so happy with the team sheet. I'm so happy with the team sheet. Ebster's coming and Nabil's coming in as well. Boy, this is looking good, man. Let me get Ebster in there quickly. Yeah, what's going on, Ebster? Can you hear me? Sound check, sound check. I can't hear you at the moment.
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, right, hold on. So that is me. That means that I haven't done my settings yet. So hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, that's better. Can you hear me now? Yep. Yeah, should be able to hear you loud and clear. That's good. That's good. Guys, Ebony, first of all, how are you before we go into the team sheet? What's going on, Ebony, man?
All right, I'm absolutely fine, thanks. Yes, I've got a busy evening tonight because I'm in between. I'm going to be in between watching the game and partaking in a social with this political party that I'm with. So, you know, I'll be back and forth, but I will be watching and I will be participating in this as well. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's cold outside and it's warm inside.
Yeah, I've been out all day doing some shopping. I've been at Costco's. I've been doing stuff, picking up for the grandchildren. But yeah, it's I've just got in the door about 5 minutes ago, believe it or not. So when I saw the team sheet, man, this looks like what we want to hear. Funny enough, I'm going to have to do something with the screen because, first of all, let me do that. I'm going to have to do something with the screen because I'm using my wife's laptop to watch the Amazon here. So let me do something with this. That's a little bit more better. I can see the screen much better now. And yeah.
I must say I'm pleased with the team sheet. I'm glad that Bellerin's been dropped. I'm glad that who else has been dropped? Well, Xhaka can't play anyway. I'm actually quite happy that Pepe's starting, Eddie's starting, and Ainsley's starting.
Yeah, big time.
As for the rest, you know, it'll be very interesting to see how Ceballos and El Neni work together.
So let's look at that team sheet, shall we? So the Arsenal team sheet is Leno in goal, Maitland Niles, Holding, Gabriel, and Tierney. You've then got Ceballos, you've got Ceballos, El Nene, and Saka in the midfield, and you've got Pepe, Aubameyang, and Nketiah. Eddie
has been dropped because he's just not at the races.
Yeah,
and you know, maybe we could say that's the boldness from Arteta. But yeah, he has to be dropped. Facebook user, yes, I'm happy that Eddie's starting.
Yeah, Nabil's just sent me a message, but I can't listen to it because I'm actually on air live with you guys. So I can't hear. Nabil, if you could just type me a message. I have sent you the link, bro. Let me just check to see whether Nabil's got the link. Come on, Nabil. Has he got the link? Let me just quickly check. Yeah, he has. So, yeah, he should be able to get in. He should be able to get in. So, I mean, that's a massive team sheet. Let's say hi to everybody first, man. Cool K, yo, he says yo, and we say yo back, my brother. James, good evening. How you doing? James is going for a 2-1 win. James is saying happy that Mustafi and Louise is on the bench. Yeah, it's good to see Louise back. Not sure about Mustafi. Mustafi, I'll still call him a cab if he wants to go anywhere in January.
I'll pay for the cab.
Facebook user, I don't know who that is. It says, Ebbs, are you happy that Eddie's starting?
Yeah, I started. Yeah, I've answered that. Yeah, I am. I really am. Let's see what these kids can do. I mean, one of the kids that I wanted to see start was Smith Rowe.
Yeah, I think he's still a bit short for 90 minutes. That's why we actually haven't seen him start a Europa game yet. And I don't know why he's not on the bench today. Again, I just want some change. And I'm so happy with the fact that we've not got Bellerin, we've not got Xhaka, but we've got my ballers in there. Maitland Niles, Nketiah, and Pepe. Ballers call. That's a roll call. Nabil, how you doing? You don't look happy at all, Nabil, man.
I'm a bit confused, but funny enough, what you just said cheered me up. I'm having some difficulties here. I'm actually using my phone. I don't normally use my phone, but what you said just cheered me up because, a lot of people have been calling for the kids and I've been a bit apprehensive about it. But you know what? They are the ones that are showing form. And, for him to literally draw them out and unleash them today, that's really interesting. And you know what? They can't do it. They can't do no wrong because the other guys, they're the ones who have got us here. So yeah, good stuff. Unleash them. I was just going to say, let's just get myself set up. What channel is the game on? I'm on.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay, so it's not on Sky.
No, not on Sky, not on BT Sports. I'm watching it on my. I normally use my Samsung Note 9 phone. I'm watching it on a big, massive laptop, which is my wife's Microsoft Surface laptop. And she's got the Amazon Prime and everything on there. And I'm getting it.
On Amazon Prime.
Huh?
You have to pay an extra on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we have Amazon Prime account. Yeah.
I've got Amazon Prime, so can I watch it free or do I have to
Yes, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can.
Free, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I've got Prime. Let's have a look.
So let's say hi to some more people. 206. Hold on, we have an 18, so let's just call this guy 17. What's going on, 17? He says, hi, I'm Korean and I support Arsenal. Big shout out to you, my friend. I hope you enjoy the channel. Subscribe. And for all the Arsenal content that you can get and your opinions, that's what we want to hear, my friend. Your English is fantastic, by the way. We've got Ramsey here. Ramsey says, hello, big house. Fingers crossed. I agree. Damras is saying Arsenal 3, Southampton 2. I don't think there's going to be that many goals in it because Arsenal are quite good defensively. I think we're probably looking at maybe a 1-0 or maybe a 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm actually going to favour Arsenal today. I normally wouldn't, but because we got the ballers in there, I'm feeling quite optimistic. Neomis, it's a very different Apollo that you're seeing now. Because I got my boys in town, I got my boys on there, and not only do we have Arsenal's leading goal scorer in Eddie Nketiah this year, but we have Arsenal's most creative player. Pepe has 4 goals and 3 assists this season, so he's had a hand in 7 goals, which is more than any Arsenal player this season. And then obviously we've got Maitland Niles, which has been Arsenal's one of their better defensive midfielders from last season. None of these guys have really, Maitland Niles and Nketiah haven't started a game this season, and then Pepe has only had 2 starts in 11. So I'm feeling really optimistic. What's your thoughts on the team sheet, mate?
I'm loving the start on 11. It's exactly what I wanted to see. With that, I think it's got everything that I possibly could have asked for. The bench is a little bit of a concern. I think maybe we should have had another midfielder in there rather than we've got 2 centre backs, Mustafi and Louise in there. Maybe it would have been good to either drop Louise or drop Mustafi for Emile Smith Rowe or some other midfield player. But you know what? Like right now, with how things have been, I'll take this start on 11 and the bench we can work on. But yeah, I definitely think this side's got goals. I am super positive and it's time for us to bounce back. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm tired of all these losing. This is what we are the fans have asked Mikel Arteta to do. So hopefully this side will do the business.
Excellent, excellent. I tell you, man, I'm just loving this right now. I'm feeling really positive. The guys are going crazy in the chat room. We've got people popping up from all over. We've got Ramsey's watching from Canada. Nice one, bro. Hope you're enjoying the content, mate. Let me know. I think you said what's your prediction for today's match? Let me know what that is, bro. As I said, I'm going for. I'll take a 1-0 Arsenal today. Ebbs, what are you going for?
2-1. We'll concede.
Yeah, and Neomis, what are you going for?
I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. I want to be positive, but from what I've seen over the past couple of weeks, like there's no way that things could just like that turn around. I mean, if it does, then
you've got Pepe and Eddie up front, bro.
Yeah, but our form, like we've still got all the suspects. We've still got Aubameyang, Willian. I'm sure we are going to see Willian at some point during this game. Mikel Arteta loves him some Willian. I'm going to stick with a 1-1 draw for now. But yeah, that's me.
Nabel, what are you going for, bro?
2-0 or 3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
You think? Well, look. I think I'm one of the most optimistic here. Well, in the chat, well, on the Facebook page, and I mean, at the end of the day, look, if we lose today, which I'm hoping we don't, I'm trying to my best.
Southampton's 5th in the league. There's no pushover.
Exactly. Even though they got beaten 9-0, but if we lose today, there's some serious questions to be asked.
No. There's no question. The only question to be asked is how long does his P45 take to arrive?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. They're not going to sack him.
Listen, if he loses this game, as far as I'm concerned, he's in the sack race. Because
we said that.
One minute. When you're in a position that Arsenal are in, 15th, hovering above relegation zone, and you are Arsenal, regardless, you are Arsenal. You got to take your Burnleys. You got to take your Southamptons. If this is Man City, if this is Liverpool, if this is Spurs or Chelsea or even Leicester, it's a different kettle of fish. This is Southampton. I don't give a where you are in the league today. You are Southampton. You are Burnley. With the squad that you've got and the trouble you are in now, you need a win. You need a win.
Yeah, that's a tough ask, bro.
If you can't beat Burnley and you can't beat Southampton, get the hell out. Come on. I don't want to, I get it. We need time to rebuild the squad. But did you not just get Ceballos in the transfer window? Someone you wanted. Did you not get Luis? Someone you wanted. Did you not get William?
Yeah, I can't agree because look, Liverpool, who were the champions and tied at the top of the league, couldn't even beat Fulham a couple of days ago. Yeah, Manchester City couldn't even beat West Bromwich Albion. Spurs couldn't beat Crystal.
They're not in 15th.
Yeah, well, they're worse. Fulham's worse.
No, I'm talking about your Liverpools and your Spurs. They are not 15th. This is
no, they're not. But what I'm saying is they are expected to turn over teams like West Bromwich and Fulham, right? And they couldn't.
It's a different way of looking at it. This is how the game is. You can't expect to be invincible every season. You're going to lose some games. You're going to draw some games. You're going to throw away some games. It happens. But the point is, they ain't in trouble. They're not floundering in mid-table, dropping into the relegation zone. If they was and they needed a win against Burnley, I'd expect them to pull it out the bag.
Yeah, they should have beaten Burnley. There's no two ways about it. But it just goes to show how this league is right now. It is very unforgiving.
The good news is, Ebony, is that I do think we will beat Southampton.
So do I.
I do.
But it'll be a huge one. It'll be a hard-fought one because we make things hard for ourselves.
Well, here we go, guys. We got kick-off on my side. Have you guys kicked off already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got kick-off on my side.
Yep.
Really looking forward to this. George is saying that we're going to win 3-2. 18 saying 2-0. James is saying 2-1. George is saying if Southampton win, they go top. Agreed. And that's how well they're playing this season.
They go
so this
top.
isn't going to be easy, man.
Yeah.
This whole thing is just too crazy, right?
It is. James is agreeing with Nabel as well.
No, I mean, it's just what I feel. I feel we got to beat Southampton, and I feel we can.
Oh, Gaga says as well, finally a proper team selection. Yes, my brother, I totally agree. And it's, you know what it is? Even though Thomas Partey's not in there, we've got Maitland Niles and El Nene in the midfield. Can I get some love for my brothers in there, man? Hey, listen, why do you guys think I'm drinking beer today? I still got my water. Yeah, man's got to be healthy. Still got my water. But I'm on the desperado today, man. Jeez. Come on, you Arsenal. Let's go, man. Let's do it.
This is desperate times. Don't even blame.
Yeah, these are our best players, yo. I'm glad Pepe's playing as well. As much as I like to slate Pepe, I'm really glad to see him. And I really want to see him go for it. Just really go. I don't care if you fall over 5 times. Get back up and run at them.
Now's your time to shine. Now's your time to shine.
Just run at them. Keep running at them. Nketiah looking good. I don't think you can drop yet, Emirates Aubameyang. I don't think you can drop him.
Yeah,
but even Arteta said that he's not undroppable.
Yeah. True. Nay says, hi guys, we can do this today. Sure thing, man. I totally agree. Big shout out to Pro Lover. George is saying, why not Corona? It's not a sweet. Corona's just a normal beer thing, and it. This Desperado's got the tequila in there, man, to give it a kick. Jeez. Yeah, man. And you know what? Everyone's copying this Desperado thing. Everyone's copying it. I'm loving this. Look at that. Nice ball over to Saka on the left. Saka's got the ball on the left. Take it on a man. That's what we need. We need more people attacking defenders. What I didn't like from Willian the other day against Burnley is he just stayed out on the right, didn't want to take anybody on, and all he did was cross the ball into the box. I'm like, bro, you're a Brazilian. You got the skills to pay the bills. You can take a man, run at a man. Yeah, Vincey said that ain't that Willian anymore, but Willian can still take a player on.
Not every Brazilian player is actually very good in the Premier League. Remember Baptista?
Yeah.
Baptista.
He was good.
Julia. He was
the beast.
He started amazing.
Yeah, the beast who blew up Liverpool 6-3 at Anfield.
He started amazing. I don't know what happened to him, but he just went like this. But he started off amazing. They used to call him the beast.
He was rubbish.
He ended. Hey, okay. So what about this guy? We had a left back, right, called Santos, right? Is it Andre Santos?
Yeah.
Where is he now?
Santos is dead.
Where is he now?
I think he's back in Brazil.
No, he's living in Brazil, helping his mum with the gardening.
Where did he go before he went to Brazil? Because I'm sure when he left us, he had a pretty strong career. He was rubbish for us, but he was good for.
How old is he? He must be about 30.
He's got to be older than that.
Yeah, about at least 35. I have to look that up.
He was dreadful. I think Saka's hurt.
He was playing with Arteta.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Saka's down, guys, holding his left knee.
Oh, come on.
It looks like it was a collision. It looks like it was a collision. We'll just have to see how it goes. Let's have a look. They're playing the replay now.
Yeah, it was
just
a collision.
Oh, no, the knee bent backwards.
Oh, he's gone.
Knee bent backwards.
He's gone.
If that's ligaments, guys, he could be out.
He got the ACL, yeah?
It might be ligaments. It's not a good one.
Like an ACL. That looks like an ACL to me.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. That's not a good sign, guys. That's not a good sign.
Well, if it's ACL, he'll be out for months.
Oh, come on.
We have to wait and see what's going on. He didn't bend it back all the way. It just bent slightly back on it. So if he gets up and starts walking, if they don't call a stretcher, then we're in good stead here.
I mean, they're stretching his leg out, so I don't think it's that bad.
Me too.
I think Cedric's going to come on for him.
So, guys, Arteta says, I've shaken things up in terms of selection. Some games already this season. Sometimes it has worked and other times it hasn't. What we'll do is pick the team that gives us the best possibility to win the game, the best chance to perform, and also the players who feel they can make the best impact from the bench as well. That's a message from the boss. Saka is up and walking, guys.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to limp. to be honest.
Okay, let's welcome Vincey. Vincey to the stream. Vincey, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, not bad, man. What's up, family?
What's your opinion of the team sheet?
It's the best that he could do from the changes that he had to make. The key thing is it's finding continuity now. The team has to find continuity playing with these players, and this is where, if he's taking this up a bit more, we could have kind of hit the ground running tonight. So tonight's going to be a tough game. Southampton are on form. So we shouldn't just automatically expect miracles. But, anything can happen. Southampton do leak goals late on in
Saka's fine, by the way, guys.
So, we've just got to stay positive.
Oh, nice play by Aubameyang there and Tierney. This is good stuff. Okay, yeah. So looking for... Yeah. Carol, nice to see you back, Carol. Carol, I haven't seen you on there a while, even though you're really busy on the forums.
The Nielsen and Andre Santos. Yeah, the Nielsen. He was awful as well.
The Nielsen weren't too bad. He just wasn't cockling.
I like the Nielsen.
He wasn't bad.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of them start really well, but then they nosedive. I don't know what it is, but the Nielsen looked really tasty when he started. I could see why Wenger went for him.
But remember, he suffered from mental problems and loneliness, and a lot of people didn't know that until after. Well, they didn't find out until last year, actually, because that's when he opened up and started talking about it. Oh, that was well played defensively there by Danny Ceballos. The ball came in from high. Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott teed up Danny Ings, and Ceballos gets in there with the block. Got to be careful of Walcott, guys. 108 goals for Arsenal.
I didn't realise that Theo Walcott was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Theo averages 1 goal in every 3.5 games in his whole career for a winger, which is astonishing. And so we have to account for him. And he's had some really good games for Southampton.
I think then he's going to get an assist,
isn't he? Yeah.
I reckon.
Can I ask a question? Just looking at the team sheet, okay, and he's put Maitland Niles in as right back, and he's got Soares on the bench.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Now, just stopping to think, okay, the position has been forced based on the fact that Bellerin has been suspended. But you just got to wonder, does he have confidence?
Don't ask.
And Maitland Niles doesn't like playing in that position. What's going on there?
I don't think he likes him. Overall, Cedric Soares, I don't think he particularly rates him. And I'm not sure.
Well, he has to, because it was his decision that he was signed under a 3-year contract this year.
Why does he
didn't
play?
like him?
I mean, Cedric Soares is a decent player. I completely agree with you. But we never see him.
Who? Soares.
Soares.
Yeah, and this would have been a perfect game. He came from Southampton.
Great tackle by Theo was off to the races there through the middle, and Gabriel sticks out a leg and intercepts it. Ceballos also does the same thing. So we got some ball winners there at the moment. Aubameyang just gives the ball away there with poor ball skills.
Don't worry, we get it
Come
back.
on, cross that ball.
Great interception by Gabriel again. Gabriel's just a stud. Ball comes out wide right to Maitland Niles, who just...
Nice play.
Maitland Niles is toying with him there right now. Maitland Niles and Pepe. And where has Pepe had his best games, guys? With Maitland Niles backing him up.
Pitch looks good.
Yeah. Right, so we know, guys who are from different countries. I know some guys from Kenya there. I know some guys from America, Canada watching. UK, London, and went in, and Hertfordshire and Essex went into Tier 3 today. So there's no longer any fans allowed at the stadium, which is strange after just 3 games. We had it there for a couple of league games, couple of the Europa games.
Backwards and sideways.
Just giving Millwall enough time to do their stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Just give Millwall enough time to do their stuff, and now they're back out again.
Yeah.
But then Millwall are historically racist anyway, so you know.
I don't think anyone's surprised.
Did you see that, guys? Look how deep.
Nobody is.
This is what I love about Nketiah. Look how deep Nketiah is coming to get the ball. He's on the edge of his penalty area. That's how this guy's worked his way from the front line. Do you remember what I said to you about Lacazette needs to come into the midfield and get more involved in the game? But because he lacks the energy, he doesn't do that. That's offensively and defensively. Offensively, to try and help with the build-up play. Defensively, to try and win the ball back. Nketiah is in there. He's in the midfield, trying to make himself accountable, getting those extra touches, being that extra man. And this is the things that we just don't see from our previous front line. This is look who's running that ball down now. Eddie Nketiah. Look at him running down the goalkeeper. Right. Okay. So does that mean the level of the competition is different? No. So every time I keep hearing pub teams on a Thursday, it doesn't change your mentality, your footballing brain that tells you how to play the game, regardless of who your opposition is, only tells you one thing. Guys, cast your way back to 12 months ago. We beat Southampton here 2-0. Who was the goal scorers? WIllock and Nketiah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. All these people, it's a pub team on a Thursday night. Who cares about a pub team? Some of these comments here are laughable. They really are. Our fan base, what our fan base does is if they don't like a player, they just put them down before they've even had a chance to show them anything. You've got to support your players, man, especially a young guy, them.
Where's Nketiah actually playing, though? What's it?
Number 9. He's a front man, number 9.
So what is Ober on the left?
Yeah, Uber's on the left. Yeah, but what happens when Eddie drops back into the midfield? Aubameyang goes into the middle. So it's a nice little system.
Formations, though, Sky Sports don't do that anymore, do they?
Yeah, they're playing a 4-3-3.
Is it 4-3-3?
Yeah, they're playing a 4-3-3. Look, Pepe's even running down the defenders and running down the goalie now. That's what I'm talking about, brother. That's your front line working. When have you seen Willian do that? Come on.
Willian can't do that anymore.
People trying to pull your chain every week and telling you that these players ain't different. It don't care whether you're playing Rapid VN, Dundalk, or Southampton. The way you play is the way you play, and that's up top. You can't change that.
Couldn't quite catch that, Pepe.
They seem a little more heady in this game, and that's because look at Nketiah getting stuck in.
They have to.
Go on, Pepe, press him. Well, Gabriel, you didn't have to foul him there, bro. You put your weight on him.
You didn't even touch him.
Yeah, I bet, he didn't have to put his weight on him. Kuke is saying Southampton played too high. They look very confident. Yeah, they do. If I was in 5th place, man. Pro Lover said, I wish I could hear Bertram. Now, remember, Bertram doesn't finish work until 5 p.m. New York time, which is 10 p.m. UK time. So when the games are on at this
formation, though, I want to see the
very
formation.
difficult.
Where can I see it?
BBC.
BBC,
yeah, BBC might have it. Yeah. So Adams wins a free kick against Gabriel, guys. Southampton have a chance to get the ball into the penalty area of Arsenal for the first time. But Leno with that lazy punch again. Why doesn't he catch it? So Arsenal clear.
Because he's an idiot. And his name
Pepe running it down. The energy from Pepe and Nketiah is very refreshing to see. Very refreshing to see.
Come on, cross it. Yeah, that's
Saka looks okay. Saka's got 3 men around him and they win the ball. Well, at that point, Saka should have looked at. Oh, it's a great tackle by El Nene. El Nene just winning the ball back like a lion there in the midfield. We got some dogs in the midfield there, man. Ain't gonna lie.
Listen, I'm not speaking too soon.
No, but regardless of the score, what we're looking for is effort. Yeah,
Ooh,
Nketiah
nice
there with
try.
a chance. We're just seeing
Yeah.
effort there.
Not
It's
quite
about
strong
effort.
enough. But it was all right. Good effort. Good effort by Nketiah.
Listen, Lacazette hasn't had a shot on target in 2 games. Sorry, Lacazette, and then Aubameyang also the same. In the last game, I think it was against Tottenham before we lost to Burnley. Tottenham, we had 2 shots on target. Both of them were headers from Lacazette. Aubameyang didn't even have a shot on target. And Eddie, within 15 minutes, has 2 shots on target. Mad. We just lost Vincey there, which is a shame because I want to hear his Bayesian accent.
It's nice.
Do you know what made me laugh? When I was talking to Tony Cox after the stream the other day.
It's moist and nice.
Tony Cox said to me, he goes, I know we lost, but he goes, that was one of the most fun streams that I've been on in a long time, man. Danny Ceballos just getting stuck in there, just giving Theo Walcott the chop, man.
That was a fair tackle. What do you mean?
Guys, I'm not going to lie. We're making it very difficult for Southampton to play right now. We are pressing them. Look, we're pressing them hard. We're winning the ball. We're winning tackles. We're definitely working hard.
We are playing very well.
Not a lot on the offensive end, but
We're
it's
actually
definitely an improvement.
Oh God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Ooh, Theo's through 1-on-1. Walcott.
No.
It's in. And that's what he can do. But that's what he can do for you, though. Yeah. That is a typical Walcott goal.
I know.
The defense has got to do better than that, man.
You can't catch him.
Come on, mate. Seriously?
Yeah, but if you know what Walcott's like, if you know what he's like,
look at this. Look at this. Look, he's standing behind Tierney and Xhaka. And look, you play that ball, no one's going to catch him. How many times have we seen him do that for Arsenal? Look at the finish as well.
Yeah, but they know what he's like.
That is a quality Walcott goal.
Yeah, Gabriel's too far forward, though, isn't he? Gabriel's the one out of position.
No, he isn't, because Tierney and Xhaka was on that line.
Gabriel.
That's Tierney and Xhaka. So Xhaka's got the outside. Yeah, Xhaka's got the outside, and Tierney's got the inside coverage. But when you play a ball like that to Theo, look, watch the goals he scored for Arsenal. No one's going to catch him. You got to turn your hips, then you got to catch up with him. It's not going to happen. And if you leave Walcott,
guys, are you seriously this bad?
If you leave Walcott 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, it's good night, Gracie. And I'm a big Walcott fan.
I'm going to say it right now.
We should never let him go, to be honest.
I'm going to say it really loud and clear. Yeah, if Arteta loses this game, I want him gone.
Who's that?
Sorry. If Arteta loses this game, I want him gone. I want him gone.
This was always going to be a tough game. The time to make the changes was at Burnley.
I agree.
This team should have started at Burnley. That would have made it far easier, because our running is disgusting to where it's so difficult for us to come back. But let's see what this team could do. I mean, it is an improvement from the last game. Yeah.
So, guys, Theo Walcott has 108 goals for Arsenal in just under 400 games. He averaged nearly a goal every 3.5 games.
Do you know my point? My point is, right, there's just no way Arsenal are this bad. Even the players I'm looking at, even the players on the bench, they're not this bad. They're not like 15th, 16th place bad. They're not this bad. You know,
right.
I can do 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, even 11th for 2 seasons. If it means rebuilding the squad and getting us Champions League football, I can do that.
Great goal by Nene.
You can't be 15th, 16th with these types of players, man. Seriously. Come on, man.
Good on the overlap. That's a cross from Tony, but it hasn't gone anywhere. But I like our effort in this game, though. I really like our effort. The running, the pressing that I'm seeing, especially from the front players. It's nice. It's refreshing to see the midfield, El Nene, even Danny Ceballos Maitland Niles. Look, they're just going to tackles, winning balls back. It's good to see. That even Eddie Nketiah there has just won a ball, but then they've given it a free kick. You like the effort that you see from these guys. But guys, sorry, for those of you who just joined in, it's Arsenal 0, Southampton 1. Theo Walcott after 80 minutes. He comes back to haunt them. It's a classic Walcott goal. Makes the run through the defensive back line. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it's the quality of the finish to dink it over the goalkeeper's body. It's Theo will take that all day long. This is a stadium that he's done that countless amount of times. That is easy meat for a guy like Walcott.
He's a player whose pace has always been like captured in the team. Takes him to the autumn of his career. You begin to wonder what else he's got to offer, or what he's still got to offer.
Eddie's working so hard, it's crazy, man.
I think he's enjoying.
Pro Lover said Nabil and Naomi's are right.
What's
that?
Pro Lover says Nabil and Naomi's are right.
I'm not right. Naomi's is right. Naomi said 1-1 or something like that, or 1-0.
Oh, yeah.
I said 1-1. Yeah.
I thought we was going to beat them.
It's because of Southampton's form. Like a team that's 5th and we're 16th, 15th. Like we've got a bad form right now. You know, we can't just discount everything that Southampton are doing. But
yeah, bro, they're fifth in the table. Southampton are 5th in the table.
You know?
Let's check this. So hold on a second. The only teams that was ahead of Southampton is Leicester, Liverpool, and Tottenham and Chelsea. That's how good a team they are.
Yeah.
18 is saying, loving Nabil, why isn't he on more? Man speaks sense. Hey, we've been getting a lot of accolades for Nabil over the last few weeks, man.
I'm super upset right now, boy. I'll tell you, I'm not gonna lie. I'm seriously upset now. I can't really take much more of this. Honestly, this is just doing my head in, man. We've got to pull it out at some stage, man. Come on, man. Where does it end?
It will end at some point.
Yeah, it will end at some. Unfortunately, our run-in is very, very difficult. Chelsea, Man City. Man City, mind you, is a cup game, so that's not the league.
Cup games can go anywhere.
It's the quarterfinal of the League Cup. Let's have a look.
Hey, can you imagine what happens here if we get relegated but we win the Europa League?
We ain't gonna win. We ain't gonna win the Europa League, man.
What happens?
We definitely ain't gonna win. So guys, it doesn't get any easier. After this, we've got Everton away and we've got Chelsea at home, and then Brighton away, who beat us twice last year. It does not get any easier, guys. Okay, so here we go. Let me just get this stat right. Got to get this statistic right. This man is a baller. Oh, we don't have midfielders that score goals, and Theo just comes in and shows us what we're missing. So check this out, guys. 38 goals. Only Robin van Persie, 46, and Olivier Giroud, 40, have scored more Premier League goals at the Emirates than Theo Walcott. I'm finished. Only 2 players in the history of the Emirates Stadium in 12 years have scored more goals than Theo Walcott. That, my friends.
Yeah, but how many is Pierre on now? I reckon Pierre's pretty close by.
Pierre, I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'm not sure how much he's on at the moment.
He must be like 10 away, 10, 12 away.
Yeah. I think he's on 28 or something, or 27.
Oh, that's a nasty tackle. Oh, Nketiah.
And you know what makes me laugh, right? All those people who hated Walcott and everything. This is just
they wish they had him back.
That was Theo just sticking 2 fingers up to you guys who thought he was shit. The truth is, anyone scoring 100 goals that we score a Centurion, remember, Walcott is the 14th highest scorer in Arsenal history. Yeah? And to call a player like that shit, well, you really don't know football, do you? I mean, yes, he's got a bad first touch, but you can see his skills there, man. He's a quality finisher. One-on-one. The runs that he made was coached by Thierry Henry at London Coney, and he timed it to perfection. Game after game after game, Theo did that. And you ask defenders...
You're still banging on about Theo Walcott?
You ask defenders that have to...
I thought we scored about half an hour ago.
He's tough. It's difficult to mark.
Why did we let him go?
Is he better than Pepe?
Huh?
Well, based on what we see from Pepe, 10 years.
Hold on. Listen, Nabil, Walcott got 21 goals and 14 assists.
Jesus, of course, mate.
Yeah. and the year he left us, he got 19 goals in 27 games. Pepe, when Pepe gets 20, look, Lacazette has never scored 20 goals for Arsenal in one season, and Lacazette cost 60 million.
Pass attempts, Arsenal 89, Southampton 159.
Oh, mad. Lacazette got 13 goals last season starting for Arsenal.
Come on, lads.
Yeah, Arsenal breaking it. Nketiah making it run, but it doesn't come.
Go on.
Oh, it's brilliantly blocked. Great block.
Love the build-up play.
Yeah.
That's
time,
it.
lad. Take your time. Make it count. Make it count, lad. Make it count. Good play. Nice ball through.
Hey, listen, Nketiah's playing like a dog right now, man.
Yeah,
Nketiah's playing like a dog right now.
I think this is the only game that I'm ahead of you guys. 27:53.
You're probably just ahead of me. Yeah.
Unlucky. Who's that?
It's blocked.
Who's that? Pepe. Go on.
Pepe. Yeah.
Go on, man.
Pepe should probably move in a little bit more centrally, and almost they should change it to where it's like a 4-2-3-1, and Pepe should play more centrally.
I'm surprised Ceballos is actually playing really, really well today. I'm surprised at Ceballos because Ceballos hasn't done jack shit all season.
The problem with Ceballos is he's supposed to be someone that's creative and score goals, but I don't sense that from him. Like he just isn't that player. He's more just a deep line playmaker that is somewhat defensive.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
And so what? We're not going to do any business in the transfer window in January. What do you think?
Again, it's the same. It's the same. Look, the situation money-wise is the same as it is in the summer. That hasn't changed. The only thing that changed is that Josh Kroenke came over and opened up his wallet, and it's January is going to result in the same factors.
They're just dirty today, man.
But also remember, Nabil, there's a 25-man roster rule, and we were one over, which is why we had to get rid of Torreira. So it's very difficult to bring somebody in, because if you do that, you then have to submit a roster to leave somebody out. We've already got the likes of Ozil, Socrates. We're too much. We have too many players in the team, and you can only submit 25. So bringing more players in means leaving more players out, if that makes any sense. So, guys, half an hour gone, and Southampton are 1-0 up. Arsenal look like they're up for it, though. Arsenal against a team that's 50. I hope so.
We will score.
Nketiah is diving into every tackle. The effort that Nketiah is showing as a number 9 is more than I've seen any from Aubameyang, from Lacazette in the last 6 games. I've not seen this much effort running into the box, running back into the midfield, helping the midfield retain the ball and win tackles. Look at him. He's running everything down. His energy is phenomenal. And then look, he's backed up now by El Nene.
Jesus Christ. Get back.
It's mostly confidence, you know.
Yeah.
I watch teams playing week in, week out, and you can see a lot of confidence in their passing and movement.
Oh, look at that.
Nketiah's
just won a throw there. Guys, listen. A lot of people say to me, why do you support Eddie Nketiah so much? And that's because I back the young players. Just over the road there, Bournemouth Wood Football Club is where the under-21s play. And you've got to support these guys coming through, because when you pay 60 million for a player and expect goals and expect effort and you don't see either, yeah? I don't mind if a guy's not scoring, but let me see your heart, your desire. Let me see the effort. And when he doesn't give you none of that, then you got to ask for changes. This guy's 21 years old. He's just broken Alan Shearer's record for England international. He runs his heart out. He plays defense. His movement is phenomenal in the box. Look at Aubameyang running now. So it's almost like it's infectious.
Guys, give me a couple of minutes, all right? I'll be back in a sec.
It's almost like remember when Alexis Sanchez used to run everything down, and the players around him used to see what he was doing and then get that energy. It's infectious.
Because now Aubameyang was doing it a little while ago.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, bro.
Now he starts pressing.
It's infectious. And look, so Nketiah runs into the box, disrupts a passing play and gets a free and wins a free kick on the end of Arsenal's box. Man, I tell you, some of the things that you hear from our fans when they talk about Nketiah is laughable. It's just absolutely laughable.
Listen, I'm one of the ones that keeps sticking up for Nketiah. Oh, but he's rubbish. He's not good enough. He's at the answer. He's 21. Give him time. He's going to make mistakes.
He's got years to improve.
Good goal by Theo, wasn't it?
Yeah, excellent goal.
Can't really fault
I tell you what, Southampton are playing dirty today. They're making a lot of fouls.
Do you know, me personally, I see Southampton just sitting in and sucking us in.
Look at that, Ceballos.
For us to open ourselves up, and is it Rose Prowse? He's kind of running it in midfield for them. He's moving the ball nicely at a nice tempo, and that's what we've got to. We just got to ride this storm right now.
I'm on Pepe. Oh.
18 says Eddie looks better than any of our forwards. The version top is saying, hi guys, I've been supporting the mighty Arsenal since 1998, but I have to say it's been getting hard to look forward to the next game. Let's turn this bad form around. Bro, if you've been a subscriber of the channel and been watching a lot of my videos, you'll know that I've said Arsenal fans don't know what failure is. Because I've been a Redskins fan since 1981. We ain't won the Super Bowl since 1992. Since then, in 28 years, we've made the playoff 3 times and won just 1 playoff game. Every year, last season we were 3 wins and 13 losses. I watch them every week. Yeah,
but I watch them. Would you say though? I mean, I know when you say Arsenal fans don't know failure, but we are a cup team, and over seasons we would then make league challenges. But if you look at our history, FA Cups, we're in there. You can count on a decent performance in the FA Cup. That's what we can count on.
But that's part of the problem, Vincey. That's the reason why I say what I say. Because you have some people who I won't mention any names who say, "Oh, I hate winning the FA Cup. I would rather not win it." Who on earth would say that? I mean, that is disgraceful. It's disrespectful, and it shows snobbery and privilege at its best. When you can come out, there are 91 other teams that want to win that trophy. And when you win it, you try to down talk it because you're not happy with your football club. That is embarrassing. And that, for me, shows the level of snobbery in this club as far as the fans go. To devalue the oldest club, the most prestigious trophy in world football, to devalue it and say it means nothing is dreadful. There are teams. I can talk as a Utah Jazz fan and as a Redskins fan. I know what it's like to watch your team play a whole season. And I'm not like Bertram. I don't give up on my team just because they're losing. I watch every single game, because I'm a fan and I love my teams. And winning to me doesn't mean everything because I love the teams I support. And yes, my teams has won trophies and titles. The Redskins in the 80s was one of the best teams in the 80s, But we haven't won in a long time. That doesn't mean that I got to stop watching them because I love my team. So when you see, and this is nothing, this is not against Version Top or anything like that, but there's a lot of times when I hear players, when I hear fans.
Penalty, it's got to be.
Never.
Referee.
He's never.
It's got to be VAR.
Are you serious, Beth?
It's not a pen.
It's got to be VAR.
Held in the box.
It's got to go to VAR. It looks like there's contact. Let's see a replay. There's no replay at the moment.
There's no pen, man.
Yeah, we've got to see a replay at the moment.
No pen.
Gaga, hold on a second. I'll explain it. We're just waiting for them to show a replay so that we can actually see it.
You had no need to do all that drag back foolishness. Just draw your foot.
Come on.
Tell it. Ceballos is playing well today, man. Saka. Oh, did that come off the post?
Yeah, it came off the post.
Yeah, it did.
Right. Let's hope that they show a replay here. There's still no replay.
Yeah, they're getting ready.
Oh, here it is. No, that's not the replay. That's the hit in the post. Amazon Prime, you are shit.
No, that's the penalty. No, he gets contact.
Right,
he takes his back leg out.
Yeah, he does contact. There's contact. It's a penalty.
Yeah. Ceballos might have moved it, but that should be a penalty.
That should be a penalty. Where's VAR?
He's chosen not to look at it.
VAR.
That is listen, this is the third time we've seen that. What is going on here? He's made contact. That's a penalty.
It's not a dive. It's not a dive.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So is VAR not looking at that? Why? Okay, so when it comes to Arsenal...
There is no VAR, I don't think. I'm just saying that.
Okay, so for guys, if you're not watching the game, let me explain what's happened. Ceballos gets Pepe's layoff and bursts into the box. He tries to work some space in the box by backing his body in the area before he lets the shot go. Bellerin is behind him and makes contact with him as he spins and goes down. There is contact. Replay shows that. The referee waves it off, and the replay shows that there was contact, and they haven't given it. The referee is Paul Tierney.
Terrible decision.
See, if that's Man United, guys, that's a penalty.
They get a penalty.
Shocking.
This thing about some Arsenal fans saying that the FA Cup is this and that. It's because of the amount of money that's in the sport now. I think it's spoilt it, and also because
I think it's because of their expectations. I think when I go onto, I'm not going to name any names, but when I go onto AFTV and I watch videos of a certain fan, and they say, when we win the FA Cup, they say, it's nothing, it's papering over the cracks. So I get the fact that you understand that we're not as good as people think we are, but that's fine because I think that's brilliant. But it's the FA Cup. You've won a trophy. Spurs, for all they've marveled, Spurs haven't won a trophy in 12 years. I don't like the fact that fans devalue success.
Listen. As far as the FA Cup is concerned, I value that cup. It's a trophy. Any silverware is a trophy. People who slag it off, they need to look at themselves.
Look at that. That's great hold-up play. Look, Nketiah runs for...
Oh, great interception.
I'm more concerned. I'm more
Neomis,
concerned.
Neomis, before that, Nketiah runs into the midfield, wins the ball back and plays it back into Maitland Niles. And then Maitland Niles gives the ball away. Ceballos comes back and wins the ball back, runs into the midfield, beats 2 players.
Brilliant. That's what we need.
Ceballos is running the show right now, guys.
Yep,
I think he's been the best player. I think he's been the best player in the first half. Great ball there to Aubameyang.
Oh, God.
Nketiah.
Nketiah just doesn't actually get to that. It was a good pass by Ceballos, though.
Oh, they're playing as a team. Fantastic.
Look at them pressing. Look at the energy of them pressing. Look at the press from Arsenal. Look at that. It's lovely to see. I love the effort so far, man.
Come on, Pepe, do something.
Come on, Pep. Pepe's on the right. Get in the box. Go down for the
Carol is saying, as VAR's gone on holiday today, same as Aubameyang.
It's not COVID.
Pepe with the cross in the box, it just goes across. Sam, big shout out to Sam. He's one of the guys that I raid with on Xbox. Big shout out to you, my brother. Pepe with a chance.
Nermis, if Ceballos had done that, it would have been a goal. That back foolishness. If he had done what Pepe just did there, Joyce took a shot.
Look at that. He's hit it first time, but he's hit it straight to the goalkeeper. The guys,
that's what we want.
A couple of shots on target from Pepe and Eddie, just getting warmed up, guys. We're just getting warmed up, man. Just getting warmed up. We're definitely playing. This is the best I've seen us play in a long time. Probably since Fulham.
Yeah. But I think they're growing in confidence. I mean, you could see that even now they're pressing as a team. They're getting closer to one another. So when all of their attacking plays, it's not just one Arsenal player by himself out siloed. They're all trying to get together to do little 1-2s. And I'm sorry, but this needs to be the starting 11. It just has
I totally agree.
This game kind of reminds me of the Man United game that we won at the Emirates 2-0.
Yeah.
The pass and movement was just like FIFA. That, you know what, we're actually defending well, considering.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know what? I know we're losing, guys, but I'm loving the effort.
I think the most important thing is that you see a change, and I see a change. I do think they will score. Let's see how far I can go for us to get the window.
Yeah, true. This is Southampton. I ain't gonna beat this. And I just love the pressing, the energy, the pressing. It is. They are committed, guys. They are committed. Make no bones about this. This team is committed to win today, man. Ogaga saying Arteta cannot be sacked now. The team is balling finally. Look, he ain't going to be sacked. Yeah, he's not going to be sacked. I think they were very clear about that. They're not going to be sacked. The problem has always been the players. And when you take out your Bellerin, you take out your Xhaka, you take out Willian, and look what's happening today. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. I mean, Ceballos has been phenomenal. And he ain't played well when he's been on the field this year.
I just don't think Willian has the legs anymore.
Eddie must be exhausted. He's run his legs into the ground.
Yes, Bellerin's form's been poor, but he's contributed in assists this season.
Then I was awake.
So there's
too much space.
We're not playing a system that is helping us to be productive in attack. That's key. That's where Arteta has regressed from last season. It's not about just giving time. It's shown this season. His management and his selection has been concerning. It starts from the manager. It starts in training.
Yeah. Guys, do you see what Southampton's doing to Pepe? As soon as Pepe gets the ball, they're putting 2-3 red shirts, blue shirts around him. They know Pepe's a threat. Man. And they're just They're smothering him every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, because the managers actually watched him play and said, "You two, mark Pepe."
Before you guys missed that, Walcott struck the ball at Leno, who makes an easy save. They look dangerous. They got Danny Ings and Walcott on the overlap on the left-hand side, which gave Theo that space. Dangerous, man.
And you notice they're moving the ball with pace?
Oh, yeah. It's bare one-touch business, man. And that's how Theo likes it. Theo don't do sideways and backwards, you know. Theo is just direct, man. Theo only knows one way, and that's to go forward. Always been that way.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ! What did Gabriel just do?
I know. It's just like, what are you doing?
Oh,
Why you
Gabriel just gave the ball away in a terrible position there, guys.
Wake up, man.
We've kept Danny Ings pretty much silent all game. That was the only thing I think so far he's had to do. Just shows you how well we've been playing. All right.
The end of first half.
Half time.
Aubameyang has been quiet.
Okay.
He's been so quiet. He's been non-existent.
He needs to stop. He needs to continue to believe that these players around him in this game could actually help him. I think from the start, I don't think he quite believed, but I think slowly as the game has gone on, he's started to believe. But I don't think he's 100% right now. I think right now he's probably at about 60, 70. But you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it's a massive improvement for me from the way how they play.
It is. I agree. I mean, the first half, we actually closed them down quite a bit apart from that first goal. But we've actually been counter-attacking them and just basically not giving them time.
Yeah.
And we've not done that since the Fulham game.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm impressed, but there's got to be some changes in the second half. There's got to be some creation.
No, yeah,
We're not actually creating anything.
That's the problem.
Ebony, your changes is Lacazette and Willian coming on for Pepe and Nketiah. Let's just remember that. The good thing about it is that when you've been dropped, you're looking for a reaction.
No.
What do you mean? When you've been dropped, you're looking for a reaction. So those guys will have about 20 minutes to make an impact. But considering that they've done nothing for the last 6 or 7 games, but they've needed this. This is the reason why you drop players, so that you can let them know that you're looking for a reaction.
Yeah, but also Aubameyang needs to be dropped as well, because he's just not.
They're not going to drop Aubameyang.
I know.
They're not going to do that. And you don't drop a world-class player like him who can get you goals on it. His goals will come back. It's just that the players around him are so bad. I think with Eddie and Xhaka and Pepe around him, you've already seen what difference it's made to his defensive game. This is the hardest I've seen Aubameyang work in what, 4 or 5 games. I ain't seen him run this hard before. And it's infectious. When the kids around you start running and balling, it's infectious. But guys, it's halftime. It's halftime. Walcott's goal separates the two sides at the break. It's a huge second half for Mikel Arteta to try and change the result. But Southampton had a good first half. They sit at the top of the league right now. That's how good this team is. We are still in 15th place, and it's for us to really make ourselves accountable in the second half. If I see the same commitment in the second as I did in the first, I would be happy with that.
I think if we continue playing the way we will score. That's my guess. I think we should have had a penalty with that Ceballos chance. Like in any other game in the Premier League, you get a penalty for that, and then it's just a matter of putting that away. But so far, if we continue the way we are, like we will get more chances. I don't know what the stats are in terms of creation, but I'm positive. Like we must have created a good number of chances, more than what we've done recently. So yeah, that's where I think things are.
Is Nabil's not here? Oh my God, we've got Bertram. Bertram,
I'm on my lunchtime. Can you guys hear me?
Bertram, yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
Bertram,
I'm here seething.
So Bertram,
and all this optimism you guys are expressing about how great we are.
No, I wouldn't say great.
Hold on.
We're a poorly coached team.
What are you talking about?
Poorly coached team. Poorly coached team.
Yeah, but you just said how great we are.
So here's the logic. Look how they press. Look for the game within the game. Look how they press. They press collectively as a team.
Yes.
We press with Pepe here and Nketiah here, Bamangin wasting energy. When they have the ball, they have actually practiced being pressed in practice. Let me say that again. They have actually practiced being pressed in practice. They're not struggling to beat our defenders can't get the ball out. They're not struggling to get the ball out.
Yeah, I think we've made this point a few times before. You have to remember the reason why this is happening is because Southampton, that team has been playing together for years. Arteta has been running this system in Arsenal for a year, and he doesn't even know who his best 11 is.
No. Last year, when we made the run that we did.
So you're saying Arteta does know who his best 11 is?
No. Let me say this.
If he does, I'd like to hear it.
Let me say this. Last year, we pressed collectively. In the second half of the season, we pressed collectively. Nketiah knows when Aubameyang is going. He knows when Pepe is going. The midfielders know when to come out. We are all over the place. We can't keep the ball as a football team. We know that. We're not good at possession ball. But we have a throw in. Look when we have a throw in. They have 6 people. We have 4.
Okay.
You can't get the ball when 6 people are marking you.
Okay, so let's bring this down to the foundation again. Let's not get frustrated here about the problems we've seen over the last how many ever games, because what you're stating, we've talked about previously. We agree it's a problem, and while the deficiencies are showing up again today, that's really not why we're hopeful. We're hopeful today because we've actually seen this team ball win. Ceballos and El Nene, and not so much Maitland Niles. Maitland Niles, I thought, has had an average game so far. He's given the ball away a few times. He's not really got himself into the game. Ceballos, for me, has been the best player for Arsenal in the first half. His commitment running forward, his ball winning and running into his gaps has been great to see. El Nene has been playing an okay game as his partner. Nketiah has been running into the midfield, winning balls, laying off balls, trying to set things up on the flank. Xhaka actually looks like his last season self, which is, I'm going to stay on the left, I'm going to overlap, I'm going to create and get balls into the box. Pepe is running into the center and trying to make things happen through there. He's looked very lively today. I like the positivity and I like the energy that we've seen. Now, does it mean that we're going to win this game? No, it doesn't. Does it mean that we're going to turn our fortunes around? I don't know if it does. But what I do know is this is the most positive I've seen this team play since the Man United game, which is quite a long way away now. So I get the frustrations, Bertram, but what we're talking about here today is this team looks a lot more positive, and the energy, the things we've talked about every week here. Why aren't we seeing better movement? Why aren't we seeing the energy? Why aren't they closing players down? We're starting to see some of that now, and that is a positive sign. Vincey.
What I've noticed is, and I do focus on the ball movement and confidence. We are a team that severely lacks confidence, and it's showing. There's a difference between exuberance and confidence, and today we've seen more exuberance being showed, and endeavour to chase down balls and chase down defenders with Nketiah leading the line well, tracking back. But it's evident that we do have coaching issues within this team.
Yes, we do. Yeah,
and it's going to take time, because I said while watching, Ward-Prowse for me is dominating this game. We're happy to see what Ceballos is doing, but Ward-Prowse is moving that ball so beautifully for them, and they're so structured in how they're attacking us. That's the difference. So
Vincey, I'm going to let you finish. But this is the difference. Here's the argument, and this is something I've been talking to Bertram about for 2 months now, and I think me and Bertram are on the same wavelength here. Why were we doing this on the back end of last season for 10, 15 games where we were just dominating teams, we were attacking teams, and we were doing it as a unit? Part of that was because obviously the lineup was different. We had Maitland Niles in there. We've all had this is a broken record. We've talked about this every week. But the point that Bertram and myself are making is we saw fluidity and a combination of the team playing together in a system as one on the back end of last season. That has not happened this year. This year, it's like Arteta has taken the team over in the summer, and we don't know what we're supposed to be doing. That is the problem. The problem is, while we're not a good team right now, we have been a good team under this manager in a system that worked. Yes, we're moving to 4 at the back, and that's the only changes. Nothing else has changed. It's just the formation. Yet, we don't seem to be able to grasp the fact that we need to be doing things like pressing. Look, today, I'm not gonna be down on today's performance. I think we've been positive. We've been fluid going forward. We're creating chances. The midfield's competing. Yeah, the goal that we gave away was a classic Walcott goal. Yes, Gabriel and El Nene let it slip through, and then Tierney and Saka just could not handle Walcott's run. That is just something. I'm not going to blame them for that, because enough people, the best defenders in the world, have been torched by Walcott on that mode, and then you put him in a situation one-on-one at the goalie. Walcott can finish. Lovely finish, dinks it over the goalkeeper. If you don't understand that, go and watch his Walcott's Arsenal YouTube videos. That's what
Apollo. It's not Walcott. That wasn't Walcott. That's Tierney.
Yes,
that's the same. The same thing Bellerin did in the game before when they gave up the goal to Tottenham. Yeah. The first thing in football, where am I on the field? Where's my opponent? You don't ball watch inside.
Yes,
we keep talking about Walcott's goal. The ball has to get to Walcott. He's ball watching.
It has to. But
Walcott is behind him.
Yeah, listen. Theo's going to beat Tierney on that 9 times out of 10.
No, I don't care.
I think in that passage of play, Bertram, I think it's going to be hard. I'm looking and I'm thinking, which left back in the world?
Vincey is looking inside. Vincey, he doesn't know where he is, Vincey. He doesn't know where he is.
No, but I'm just looking at the passage of play, okay? I'm looking at the passage of play. Yes, he was in between 2 defenders, and I understand what you're saying about marking. But once the ball was in a Southampton's player, to make that pass, I don't think there was a defender in the world.
Who is he marking, Vincey? Vincey, here's my question. Who is he marking? I need to know, because there's not a forward there. Who is Tierney marking?
Tierney's marking the space.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can see
mark your man. They're in your last third. You mark your man.
All right,
take your man out the game.
Yeah, right. So that's
the space.
Yeah,
the space can't hurt you.
Yeah, no,
There's
right.
No space to mark.
Okay, so that's a system.
Let me finish. You're not playing a zone. You're not playing a zone to say, you know what?
How do you know that? How do you know that?
But to be
because it's obvious.
All I was saying,
because I think it's obvious, then they would have done it your way. It looks to me like they're playing a zone. You could see Saka's got the outside, Tierney's got the inside. Walcott just runs between it. We've seen this happen in the NFL how many times?
All I was saying, the passage of play that led to Walcott creating space, okay, in the transition, okay. Yes, ideally he should have been marked man to man. But the passage of play, it didn't result in that. So I'm not going to blame Tierney in that situation. I'm going to give credit to Southampton in a great part. okay, to open up Theo, that all he had to do was one touch and dink it over. My point is that today you're seeing a platform where we have to start to move forward in how we moving forward in moving the ball. And yes, it is encouraging what we're doing today, but it's a platform.
Yeah, and remember, Vincey, Gabriel was out of position when that ball was played through into the midfield.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors. We can talk about this like we can talk about the Son goal when we against Tottenham. But at the same time, all of you guys on the panel were saying, "Oh, it's Bellerin, oh, it's holding it." I was the guy that was saying, actually, it was Son. It was what I saw and what you saw were two different things. I saw a world-class player score a world-class goal. Yeah, that's what I saw. So it's just one of those things that again, it's subjective. We're all looking at one thing in very different ways, and that's good because we can bring it to the table. Because when you lot mentioned about Bellerin, I went back and watched it a few times, and I actually think Holding was more at fault for it because he was backing off. But the reason why he was backing off because he was watching for the overlap, and I think I said that when we was watching the game.
What's the primary objective of left back and right back? What's your primary objective of left back and right back when you're playing defense, right?
Yeah.
What's your primary objective playing left back and right back on a football field if you're playing defense?
So that's a long conversation, which I'm only going to give you. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, that's not true, Vincey, and that's not true.
I'm done talking now. I'm bye.
Yeah. Because
I'm lost. I'm lost. No, seriously.
No, don't be lost. Look, very quick explanation. Some of these players are told to play gaps, not men. It works the same way in the NFL. If you're a defensive back, you either play a gap or you play a man. You do what your coaches tell you to do. This team is being coached away.
That's absolutely right. And in
he knows it's right because he knows.
In some cases, if you play the man,
he knows it's right because he knows American football, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Sometimes you got to play the zone. Sometimes you got to play the zone.
That's
right.
Let
me just chip in here. I don't think anybody is really to blame. You know, this is football. Like, you got to be able to deal with it. And this is why Arsenal need to be able to score more. Gabriel was out of position for that goal. That ball was played in the channel where the centre back is supposed to be. It's not Tierney's fault. It's not Tierney's fault. It's not Gabriel's fault either. Because when you're playing the type of system that we play, and you saw him do it, Apollo was commending him for doing it. He was stepping up and intercepting time after time and breaking up plays. The danger is, if it goes wrong and you get caught out behind you, you've left your channel open. And that's all that happened. They played that ball straight through the channel.
Agree. Gabriel,
right, guys, I'll say this. I totally disagree. We're watching two different games, so maybe my analysis is wide. Watching two different games. If you're playing left back and the winger get behind you and you weren't dragged inside because of the center forward,
he didn't get behind him. He got inside him.
No one that dragged him inside
him. No. You know, listen. Remember when Salah scored his goal. Salah came in behind from the outside. That is the fullback, wing-back territory. If he gets past you on that overlap, that's your business. You're to blame. But Walcott came inside channel. It's the centre-back zone. And Gabriel was out of position. He was forward. It can't be a wing-back's fault. It can't be a fullback's fault.
He has one mark. When you look at football, you look around and say, where am I? Where am I? Where's the opponent? He only has one person to mark.
He's not marking anybody. We don't play marking anymore. You're in the 60s, bruv. No one plays
go.
That's why we are where we are.
You think no one plays man marking anymore. You mark the space. You mark the space. You mark the zone. Tierney's not at fault.
He wasn't marking anything. That's why he scored. Okay, I'm in the 60s.
I know what you're saying, though.
I know what he's saying as well.
Hold on, Apollo. Bertram, I agree with what you're saying in part. I understand what you're saying. And it's fair to say that as a covering defender, you're supposed to cover that run of Theo Walcott. You are supposed to. But come on, it happens.
You can do that. You name me defenders that can cover that run from Walcott. Who can do that?
Apollo.
I've seen Theo do that to Chelsea, Man United, Barcelona. I've seen you name me which defender's going to cover that run.
I agree with Apollo. I get what you're saying, Bertram. I don't think Bertram's wrong in what he's saying. I don't think he's wrong, because if you really get down to it, you've got to really start looking at what somebody could have done better or where things went wrong. And for sure, Tierney does need to cover that space. He doesn't need to cover that overlap. It's his zone.
And
Whether it's man to man, whether it's zone, it's coming out of his zone and into Gabriel's zone. So you got to track back. You got to follow it. Back.
So the key to it is what Vincey said. What Vincey said is key, because what we're watching and what Arteta's telling them to do on the field are two different things. So we've all got our opinions, and some of us might be right, some of us might be wrong. But what is happening is what Arteta is specifically shouting these guys to do. The instructions he's given them, which Vincey has been talking about for weeks. Vincey has said every week the tactics are wrong, the tactics are wrong, the tactics are wrong. We're saying, what we need to understand is the coach is telling them to do a certain thing, whether that's gap play or man-to-man. What you think might happen might not be what's happening on the field, because the manager specifically said so. Right. What I can see is a flaw in that tactics, which is what Vincey is saying.
So guys, so here's an example. David Luiz should be on the field.
Yeah, why ain't David Luiz playing?
There's a lot going on with David Luiz and Mikel Arteta now.
Here's what should say. So Southampton is playing us high. They're pressing us really high. They don't feel uncomfortable playing high because the ball's not getting behind them.
Like they want the ball off Walcott.
So why don't David Luiz on the field and force them to play traditional defense so you can have more room to maneuver? We don't have that in the game.
So what?
The ball and Gabriel is atrocious passing today.
David Luiz punched Ceballos in the face, and now Arteta's not talking to him.
Yeah, there's a lot. We're hearing a lot of stuff, and we're actually hearing that it was David Luiz who broke this stuff to the media, and Arteta didn't like it. And we're hearing my agents don't even know what's going on. My contacts don't even know what's going on. So the media, James B, Charlie Watts, none of these guys know what really is going on. And look, as a manager myself, I know that when we have a problem in a team, the best thing to do is, and the most professional thing to do is to keep it in-house. Don't air your dirty laundry.
Can I just say something? Arteta really seems to have a knack of cutting off his nose to spite his face.
I agree.
Why don't you give him $100,000 fine and play the kite? Give him a $200,000 fine and play him. You keep cutting your nose to spite your face. How many players are you going to get rid of? And then who's going to play?
Yeah, so sometimes these things happen. Tottenham, Pooch lost his job because of all this stuff that was going on with Ericsson and their wives and all this stuff that was going on. The job of a manager is to manage and deal with these things. And I don't think Arteta's done very well with Ozil. Yeah. I don't think he's done well with the Torreira situation. Guendouzi, I just don't think they there's a way of resolving issues and there's a way of escalating them. And I don't think he's done anything to improve the performance of this team. Yeah, your job is to find solutions. When something goes wrong with my staff, I don't throw a grenade in there and blow it up. My job is to bring my reps together, sit them in a room, and find solutions. That's what a good manager does. I don't think that Arteta is having any luck with these players right now. And you know what, Nabil? They've played so many other managers. Wenger, they've had their way. Who was it? Neomis talked about some of the players having their way and things like that. This team needs to be gutted out. That's why we've been asking for the kids. Get rid of the prima donnas. Yes. Get rid of these prima donnas. Yes. Look at Saka with the ball here.
Finally.
Go on, Aubameyang. Yes. Finally. Arsenal get a goal in.
What have you crying out?
Hey, that's some good football.
All started by the run for Saka.
Hey, was it Aubameyang?
Who's to blame for that one?
Yeah.
Ball movement.
Aubameyang.
Who's to blame for that one?
Saka.
What a run by Saka.
Who's to blame? To blame?
Saka.
I think did Nketiah get the assist?
Hey, Nabil, if that was Man City, Fernandinho is fouling him. There's no need to
look at that ball. Look,
Saka runs.
He's getting fouled.
Three players. Nketiah gets the assist. He's onside.
Yeah.
But guys, let's take this back. The ball from Gabriel on the edge of the penalty area was absolutely...
Romeo to blame. He's got to take him down right there.
No.
Look at that ball from Gabriel.
Yeah, nice.
Saka goes past three players.
Let me say something real quick. Guys, this is what I want to say real quick, right? I need you guys to freeze frame the play from Gabriel sends it out to Saka, to the little flick from Nketiah.
That's what I just said to you guys.
Now you need to understand why when I keep saying, right, these players should not be in no 15th place. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, these guys have got quality all the way through. Some of them are crap, yes, but Arsenal as a team, we should be doing that game in, game out. We can do that game in, game out.
I'm loving the effort. I said it before. I did, guys. I didn't even get a chance to ask Bertrand what he thought of the first half in terms of positives, because we heard what he didn't like about the first half.
No, look, we have much more energy. We have much more energy. There's a lot of background noise.
Whose noise is that? It's coming through. Guys, can you turn that down, whoever that is?
Ebony.
Yeah, we have much more energy than we had before. I think people are playing for their jobs, probably. And Apollo, you said Maitland Niles is making turnover. He's not getting the angles to make a pass. I don't think you realize that.
Yeah, I do realize that.
Quicker. Pepe needs to come back to him more. Give him an option. He has no option.
Yes, I agree.
And they're pressing with 6 up. So the only space is either you come close to give it to him, or you play it behind the first line of the midfield.
But Bertram, you must remember though, Southampton are, when we cross the halfway line, they are pressing us. And when Pepe gets the ball, there are 2 to 3 blue shirts around. They're making it very difficult for him to move around. So it's not like we are, me and Tony say ball don't hit back. Southampton are a very good team, and they are making it very difficult for us.
Apollo, if you're Pepe, you know what you do? You come hard for it. If they come with you, there's space behind you. You have to give your teammate ability to be able to get you the ball.
Guys, what a goal from Arsenal. It was such a good team goal. For guys, if you've just joined us, Arsenal won, Southampton won.
Come on, Aubameyang, you better than that.
Yeah, listen, Ogaga said, Apollo said positive, bro. Because, I always am. And even looking into this, look, ball comes out on the left. Aubameyang picks it up. Aubameyang comes into the box. He side foots it in, and there's just nobody. Come on, you got to cut it back further than that. If you're running down the left-hand side and you're about to play the ball in with the outside of your foot, you can see who's running in. If there's no one on the 6-yard line, cut it back even further, because that just means they haven't got there yet. Aubameyang, I tell you, I do feel sorry for him in terms of his ball-playing skills, but he took that goal really well.
Bertram, how come your TV's faster than everybody else? What are you watching it on?
American TV.
Oh, is it American TV?
I think they call it Peacock. Is it Peacock, Spencer?
No, it's not fast. It's regular. It's regular.
Is it Peacock? So it's not Peacock.
Bertram, you're sensible, you know.
Bertram, pause it and count to 20.
You're not sensible.
Hey, that's what we used to do when we first started this the stream. I think it was.
I'm ahead, I'm 56-13.
I'm 56-20.
I'm on Amazon Prime.
I'm
56-13.
56-20.
Nabil, a goal is always somebody's fault.
Yeah.
Oh.
Always. No matter how wonderful it is, no matter how great the strike is.
Oh, God. Leno actually caught that one. Leno scares me, man. Leno scares me.
Leno is not a problem. Leno is the least of a problem.
He actually didn't punch the ball out, which is what he's known for.
But guys, look, like I said at halftime, the positives were we were fluid going forward. We were making chances.
Yellow card.
But the midfield was competing. Yeah? So Ceballos for me, guys, he's been the real difference in this game. His creativity and fluidity has been fantastic to watch. Sentiment, big shout out to you, bro. I'm on 57 minutes and 15 seconds at the moment, thanks to Mrs. Lisa Campbell's Amazon Prime account on her laptop. Otherwise, I'd be sitting in the front room watching this with you guys in the front room. Oh my God.
We're pressing. Well, listen, to be honest, we're actually pressing a lot more than we did.
Oh yeah. But listen, you know why that is?
And we're creating more chances as well. We're creating a lot more chances.
The pressing is because of Nketiah. And Nketiah got the assist. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. You got to love it.
Let's see this corner by Ward-Prowse, because he's definitely.
So I'm on 2 streams at the moment, so I will be back.
So I'm just typing something to La African Guna. So I just said to him, for me, that goal was all about Gabriel's pass into the midfield to Saka, past 3 midfielders. If you see how he curls the ball past 2 midfielders,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Saka then takes the ball, beats 3 men. We talk about not running at defenders, and that guy beat 3 men. He plays the ball into Nketiah. Nketiah lays it through 2 centre backs into Aubameyang, and look, Aubameyang does what he does best. Pro Lover is saying it's NBC Sports Network. Yeah, that's what I watch when I go out to the States, and they pretty much cover those games. I really, guys, today is about one thing. It's about competing. That is what it's about. And throughout the first half, regardless of our frailties and our deficiencies, and I know some of you might be still frustrated with that, but let's hear about the positives. Let's hear about the things that we've seen today, which we, all the time. Vincey, Ebony, Nabil, Neomis, what they said is we are going to score today because the positiveness from our commitment and our play and our energy was seen from the start of the whistle. And that is where we are, guys. Can we go on and win the game? I don't know. I think we can. There's half an hour left. So far, Southampton was on top of the league. We've scored. We're back in the game. And Arsenal are looking stronger. Ceballos has the ball now, bringing it up into the midfield. We've got El Nene here. Gabriel, though. This is the reason why people wanted David Luiz back in the team, because he has the ability to pass the ball.
He's just done it again. Shoot, goal. Oh, my Lord. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Neomis.
This is what I'm talking about. Struck.
Take Saka to the park and give him a right foot, please. Tend to practice with his right foot.
Hey, Bertrand, was that a pass?
I have no idea what it was, but it wasn't a shot.
Was that a pass or a shot?
Oh, is he the youngest player? Youngest Arsenal player on the pitch?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He just 19. He just turned 19 about 4 months ago.
And that was a perfect example.
Come on, Pepe, give us a nice corner. Give us a nice
perfect example of what you can do when you keep your structure and get the ball moving with pace.
Nice little whip.
This is what's allowed us to get back in and get control of this game now. We've kept our structure and we're moving the ball at pace.
Oh, come on, turn it. Oh, come on, man. What is going on?
He didn't expect that to come. He didn't expect that to come.
His brain had an idea, but his feet weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
He should pass the ball first time. It's a one-time pass. Again, where are you on the field? It's a one-time pass.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I have no idea what Abba did because he looked like he got frightened.
Oh, my God.
So David Luiz then, back to David Luiz. It's like, it's proper off then, yeah? Because I liked him. I thought he was playing nice.
Oh, well,
Gabriel is gone. I told you he's going to get a red card. I told my nephew this 5 minutes ago. Gabriel's going to get a red card.
What are you talking about?
Shit.
Yellow card. He got another yellow. It was inevitable. Being stupid is not a good thing. I told my did I tell you that team? I think he's going to get a red card, right? Inevitable.
Shit.
Oh, another red card? Boy, hey. These players have no discipline. I'm sorry.
I don't think that's a yellow card. I don't think that's a yellow card.
No, that's the yellow. Yeah,
he pulled him back. I mean, it's silly, but
that's a yellow. That's a yellow.
That's a yellow.
The thing is, you gotta wonder what the ref has said.
We have seven red cards.
Hey, can I say something to you, Bertram? That's that position that he was playing again. You see how far forward he is? How far forward he is? He's really stepped up there.
Yeah. That's a bad. The first yellow was an idiot yellow, just like Ceballos' yellow for mouthing off. That first yellow to kick the ball away, that's what cost you. You're not using this. You're using your foot for your brain. That's stupid.
Yeah, Theo held him first, though.
It doesn't matter what the referee sees.
Yeah, of course.
You can't pull him down.
And the thing is, if the ref's spoken to him before and said to him, you know what, you've had a few, the next one is...
No, he's dumb, Vincey. He's dumb. You're on a yellow.
No, I'm just saying.
He's dumb.
No, it's naive in that situation because at the end of the day, the referee had to have spoken to him and said to him, you know what, if he's done it a few times, he's going to book him again.
I don't think he's
done it. I didn't see. You can't, in that situation, you can't hold on to him. You still had men round him. So it's foul.
If a drop, it's a yellow. Regardless of what happened. Because he fell and he had his hand on his shoulder, he's going to give the yellow.
So, guys, let's explain what just happened. Gabriel has just been sent off. Walcott turned him. The ball came in the midfield. This is another reason why Vinci and Nabel, we were talking about, Gabriel is playing really high up the pitch on that halfway line. It's one of the reasons why he got caught out for the goal. He's right behind Walcott. Walcott's actually holding his thighs as he's pressing him. Walcott turns around and again, Walcott's going to beat you in that fight. If Walcott gets around and turn on you, he's gone. What Gabriel does is he then stretches out his arms, he pulls his shoulder, Walcott goes down. It's a yellow card all day long, and that's his second yellow card. He's off. Arsenal are down to 10 men for the second straight match at home with half an hour left to go.
What you guys spoke about is some of these tactics, and I'm not agreeing with this tactic. I've seen David Luiz step out.
He's coming on now.
Position into Luiz like a mid. Yeah, I've seen David Luiz.
Luiz is coming on.
Surely, Nabil, David Luiz could not come on and get 2 yellow cards.
Now, what I'm saying is, I've seen David Luiz step out from a centre back position into that sort of deep midfield area to intercept the play, to break up the play, and whatever. But what we're doing today in that regards, what Mikel Arteta is asking Gabriel to do in that regard, it's cost us a red card and it cost us a goal. Because I don't know if Gabriel.
You know what it's cost us?
Your 2 centre mids should be doing what Gabriel's doing in that situation.
Yeah,
perfect. You explained it perfectly. Your 2 centre mids should be doing that. They should be supplying that ball.
Well, oh God!
Now that Luiz is on, maybe.
So tell me something. How did David Luiz get on? Did Arteta send a message to him, or did they? Did he?
I don't know what's going on there. But I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed because what it's actually done is it's taken Nketiah off the field now, and it's ridiculous. He's been one of our brightest players today.
WIllock's coming on.
There's no football around here.
Well, give us energy.
Okay, comrade, shall we do the answers? Are we ready?
So Arteta decided not to get any more rest.
What is that?
Huh?
Hold on. I'll shut Ebony's mic off. I've turned her mic off. I think she's got something in. Is that Ebony's feet there? It's Ebony's feet. You guys, Joe Willock is coming on. What's Ebony doing?
I just hope there's no one in there in the chat with like a full fair. They're probably not loving this right now.
Oh.
Let's all do an Ebony.
Show them what you're working with.
Let's all do an Ebony. Here we go.
Well, at least we are experienced playing with 10 men, so should be normal for us nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it'll give them more space. It's gonna be tough now. Back to the wall. Should be interesting. It's still a good game.
Wow, guys, listen, Arsenal are gonna have to defend like dogs. If we get a point in this game, I'm gonna put this down as a good game for us. So this is what I wanted to see. But you know what? This is Southampton. They're gonna throw everything but the kitchen sink at us.
I mean, even though we're one
That's
goal
well defended, Saka there.
Down, we could still get something out of this with the right
Really?
formation and tactics. Yeah, why not? We still got time.
Yeah, we just got to be structured. We got to ride the storm.
Really?
Back to basics.
I find that laughable.
Sorry, I got to turn my mic off again. Sorry. Ebony, can you hear us? Your voice was your video was coming through noisy, so I had to shut the mic. I had to shut the mic down.
You had a little bit of a thick foot moment with you, didn't he?
Okay.
Apollo, you need to read that 18's comment.
I knew it.
Oh my God, Ebony!
I knew it.
Ebony, can you hear us, Ebony? Ebony, 101 to Ebony. She's got sucked in. Something must have happened, so I'll speak to her in a minute.
Save that comment.
Ebony, oh my God. 18 saying, Ebony, I'm loving the foot fetish, getting really turned on, in fact. Oh my God.
Oh, no, I love this.
Are you with us, Ebony? Are you with us? No, she's not with us. She's not with us.
No. Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh my word. I saw that ball come over.
Oh, Redmond hit the post.
Oh my.
What a great ball. What a great ball. What a great ball.
That was
Man.
really good.
Is she with us? Right. Are you with us, Ebony? Ebony, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm in between two streams at the moment. Ebony, I'm loving the foot fetish.
Wow.
Boy, you've got some strange.
Hey, listen, we lost you for a hot minute, man. You was laying down, your legs was in the air doing all this, and you were loving it.
Because I'm doing a quiz at the same time, so
yeah, because the volume was on, I had to mute it because the volume was coming through the feed.
yeah, we're on a break right now, and that. Oh my God, what happened there? What happened there?
Oh man, again. Those corners by Rose Prowse, man, dangerous corners.
On the counter attack. Still too far forward.
Oh man, guys, I'd be happy with the draw.
You know what?
Right
we need to do better on set pieces because we're absolutely poor.
Yeah. Where are we? Sentiment saying, why is WIllock playing holding midfielder? Because we don't have the numbers, my friend. Xhaka is banned and Partey is injured, and Torreira is in Spain, and Guendouzi is not here, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Who else to play there?
You know something? Arteta needs to. Do you remember he said that certain players had a clean slate? Well, that was a lie.
Yeah, it was. It was a lie.
Apollo,
yo,
can you confirm one thing for me?
Yep.
Saliba can't play in Europe, but he can play in the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Well, with Gabriel now being out for 3 games, Saliba has to play.
No, it's going to be Luis, isn't it? It's going to be Luis or Mari. Mari's fit, guys. Mari is fit. Pablo Mari is fit.
Isn't it just one game because it was 2 yellows?
Yeah, it's one game. It's one game.
Okay.
If it's a straight red, it's 3 games. If it's 2 yellows, it's 1 game. But Pablo Mari is fit. I think
Pablo Mari needs to come on.
Yeah. Cool K saying, I must admit, I was sweating too, Ebony. Sentiment saying, why is El Nene pressing high and not WIllock? And I agree with Mari. I think it should be Mari. I really do. If our tandem isn't Mari and Gabriel, if it's not Saliba and Gabriel, it should be Mari and Gabriel. This is crazy, guys. Guys, it's 72 minutes gone. Arsenal won, Southampton won, and we're fighting. We're fighting today, guys. We're fighting.
Not there, guys. Not there. Come on.
Come on, kick it out, man. Just kick it
there.
Look. Southampton are pressing us with the quickness because they know we've got. Look, Danny Ings is shutting everything down. Danny Ings is running everything down. It's going to be tough.
And that's the kind of defense that we need. You know, the kind of defense that shuts. Sometimes we're just too open.
Yeah. Bertram, you got a hold off Southampton for 20 minutes with 10 men.
I think we will.
I hope so. I hope so. Guys, if this finishes at 1-1, I'm actually proud of the guys today. And it's a shame that we didn't get to see half an hour of the same type of performance. taking Eddie off was just an embarrassment, man. Considering how much he had done in this game.
Oh boy, we're in trouble now.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Come on. Oh, well played, Mark.
Nice interception.
Oh, come on.
Oh, great work,
Maitland Niles just bossing. Maitland Niles. Whoa!
No.
Come on.
Don't give him the space.
Come on, Saka, you got help.
Back to the wall, guys. Back to the wall.
Man.
Our spacing is the
Don't look like scoring, you know.
Abdul Khan says, I'm ashamed. I'm here at the gym with the Arsenal away kit on and I feel embarrassed. Bro, you should be feeling proud of your team today because they came to battle. Yeah? Regardless of their lack of form, of their lack of confidence, they put some guys in here today who just got it done. Yeah? They gave everything. No fair. No, I can't hear that, Ebony. Listen, these guys have been accountable today. I would go with exactly the same team sheet today for the next game. That's what I would do. These guys need to be rewarded for this performance today. So don't feel embarrassed, bro. Agaga saying Gabriel needs a rest anyway. That is true. That is true. The thing is, Neomis, we could have won today. And we could have won against Burnley had we not got down to 10 men.
The thing is, I disagree with the Burnley one because I don't think we did enough to win that game. But this game, on the other hand, I think the red card is made it incredibly difficult for us to win. But I think we're still in there. We need to find a way when we're playing out from the back because every time Saka gets the ball, there's three guys on him, and it makes it difficult for him to be able to get out. But if we could somehow get that ball high up and tee up Aubameyang or any one of our forward players, I think we could nick a win.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Every time our midfielder gets the ball, he's got 2 or 3 blue shirts around him. It's tough. We can't keep possession.
Yeah, we need some luck.
We can't keep possession.
Yeah.
Apollo, you can't keep possession just standing up. No, you may be tired, but you got to move to give somebody an angle to get the ball.
So you're saying he needs to make more subs?
Well, if he has to. If you're tired, you get off the field.
Who's on
Not yet. Not yet. They're doing all right. Not yet.
So, guys,
sometimes players have got to ride it.
So we need Soares on. We need Soares. We need Soares
if
to get on the field.
there's a defender tired, then bring on Cedric Soares.
And what I would do is I'd take off Aubameyang and put on Lacazette.
Yep.
We just got to make.
I told you, Lacazette needs to be dropped. I know he won't be dropped, but he needs to be dropped.
I know that, but you do need someone to hold the ball while you're playing with 10 men. Otherwise, how are you going to bring everybody into play?
Yeah.
The thing is, when we've got the ball, we just need to make better choices. That's what it is. It's tough. You're not going to expect a fluid.
Vinci, I agree with you, Vinci, but you gotta have choices to make. They're not getting the choices. There's no. I want to go Saka had the ball. He held as long as possible.
Yeah.
WIllock was in the best position. There's only one pass to WIllock, and he was being marked.
They all have to kind of move as a team together and attack to be able to.
But that's what we've been doing, though. We're back keeping moving.
Now, what about Vinci? Which you gotta create a triangle. Create the triangle.
Yeah, but the thing is, right now we hold in position, and I think that's important right now. There's going to be time for us to go at them, but we've just gone down to 10 men. Okay, we got to hold a position. Our structure is more important right now than going hell to the leather with 30 minutes to go.
So we've got
great play by Pepe. Send it now. You move it. Oh,
come on, he needs support. Let's go, El Nene.
El Nene, that's it.
Come on now. Oh, they got attackers one.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay to defend as one, but you got to attack as one, especially now.
Stop it. No. Oh, great. Oh, lucky. Well done.
No, actually caught it.
Holding.
So Agaga says, do we have any more substitutions? Well, WIllock is on. Louise is on. So yeah, I believe we have one more sub to make. Unless I'm missing something.
WIllock's look good when he's come on. He's got stuck in.
Yeah, he should have started. Guys, in other news, Leeds has beaten Newcastle 3-2.
Wow.
And I was going to put Dallas in my... Dallas just scored. I was going to put him in my dream team.
Guys, Everton is beating Leicester away from home 2-0, and we have Everton up next. Why are these games all starting early? What is going on today?
We got 3 more games afterwards starting at 8.
Wow, this schedule is no joke, man. The schedule is no joke.
Because they're trying to cram everything in because the season started late.
I think it's good that Prime's got all these games that you can sit there and watch, you know. I think it's good.
Yeah, and me, I got a Prime account, so for me, it's just all gravy. It's just extra for me.
And you can just pick the game you want. That's the way it should be.
So my job now is to convince you guys to do player ratings at the end of the game. Because Lord God, I can't remember the last time we did player ratings.
Bajan Vinci. Bajan Vinci, yeah?
I can't remember the last time we did player ratings.
The last time was about 2 weeks ago.
Hey, Nabil, we lost to Burnley, and that was another stream that went to 4 hours. And we literally was cracking each other up. We were cracking jokes. Vinci was killing us with the Bayesian accent. I spoke to Tony Cox later on in the afternoon. Tony said to me, that was one of the most fun streams that I've ever... it was like, what else have you got to lose, man?
Yeah.
Sam, yeah, I was just looking at Leeds. Leeds are 3-2 up, and they're getting it done, man. What a game. What a game that's going on there at the moment. But the difference is, Sam, can Leeds hold on this time? That's the question. Can they hold on? And I think Leeds are under us in the table. Is that right?
Why is that name on in Vestergaard? David Luiz is in Vestergaard.
Oh, Leeds are ahead of... Well, they're ahead of us
David
now.
Luiz is in Vestergaard.
Yeah,
what the hell
they were behind us, but Leeds are ahead of us now. I like Leeds, man. Leeds are just getting it done, man. Leeds are that team, Sam, that nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to play them because you know exactly what you're going to get. Actually, Brighton do play man-to-man, but only at times. But Leeds will kill you with it. That man-to-man shit. When we had that at the Emirates, man.
We don't recognize runs. We don't recognize runs.
Is that Bertram Sunshine in the background?
Oh! Lord of mercy.
Side netting.
Oh.
So,
guys, 82 minutes gone. Arsenal won. Southampton won, and Arsenal trying to survive with 10 men. They lost. They went down to 10 men after an hour, and they have survived so far 21 minutes.
Somebody said that we play better with 10 men, and sometimes we do.
Not today. We were playing better with 11 men. We had no... Listen, you know when Xhaka's on the team and we're carrying him and we're playing with 10 men, even when the man's lining up on the pitch. Today was one of the first times I've seen us play with 11 men on the pitch. And
I hope he never plays again.
We look much better. We look so much better. Vinci, does Bellerin get back into the team next game?
Hell no.
No.
Free kick. There we go.
For a foul.
At the end of the day, he's not obligated to start every game. Yeah, you know, I think the manager, he has players, use them, you know, play them if they're on form, play them. You know, it's refreshing to see Maitland Niles play today. I personally would have liked to see Soares playing that position and Niles further up, but you know, he's got options. The main thing is don't be afraid to use them.
I agree. Totally agree. This referee has just shunted us today. But you know what? It wasn't.
Looks like we're gonna make a change. Soares is gonna come on for somebody. I'm not sure.
Soares is coming on.
Yeah, I was saying that to you guys that I would have put him on.
It can't be Maitland Niles.
I think it should be Maitland Niles. I think you need some fresh legs, especially on the day.
I'll put him on for Pepe. I'll put him on for Pepe.
You think so?
Because Maitland Niles played.
If Nathan Niles further forward, let him play behind Nathan Niles.
Yep.
Well, let's see who comes off. Because listen, we're getting ripped on that left side. You know, we're getting ripped. How many balls have they played through on that left? We're getting ripped.
True. Come on, we got free kick now. Let's go. Let's go.
God, if we score here, it's gonna be mad.
It was going nowhere.
Pepe! Oh God, if that went into the back of net, this place would have exploded. This place would have erupted. This place would have absolutely.
Yeah, good sub. Good sub. You called it, Bertram. You called it. Good sub.
Nice one, Bertram. So, guys, Pepe's off. Cedric is coming on.
2018. Oh, I got 2018 as well.
Oh, so did I.
Oh God, I got Ebony. Your let's sort that out. Okay. Well, guys, this is silly because Arteta should have changed this up a long time ago. He should have changed this up a long time ago.
Nah, he's looking for something on a break from Pepe, but it's not happening.
No, but that's where he should get criticism. Is that all these changes that he's made today? He should have done this
weeks ago.
3-4 games, weeks ago.
I mean, after the Leeds game for sure, but I think it should have happened after the Villa game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
Seven red cards in Arteta's tenure. He's been here a year, and we've had 7 red cards. Well, I know you wanted to emulate Arsene Wenger, and you're doing just that because man like Wenger.
No, come on, close him down. There we go.
There you go, nice clearance. Guys, there is 5 minutes left, and we are hanging on, man. We're hanging on. And what a game today if we can hold on for a 1-1 draw against Southampton. Oh, come on, Gunners, please. Gunners, please. Let's hang on, man. Let's get something going. I'll take anything right now. I'll take any positivity I can from this team.
Stop it. Oh gosh.
Redman!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Bertram, you're on mute.
I know. You don't want to hear what I have to say.
That was lucky.
Yeah, that's because they never closed him down. They never closed him down, man. They didn't close him down.
You have to force him someplace. You can't just stand up like a statue. Force him out.
And this is what I mean about our defense. Our defense just stands there.
You come inside, he has all the whole big thing to deal with. You gotta force him down the line always. Jeez.
This is madness. Man, we just need to dig our heels in. I'm about Jose Mourinho right now. I'm about sitting that shit behind the ball. All players behind the ball. All players behind the ball, man. Kuke's taking the piss now. Kuke says, I think Arteta prefers 10 versus 11, gives him an excuse to get everyone behind the ball and park the bus. Tactic of choice. Oh, wow. Sam has just said that Leeds have gone ahead. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, it was
Leeds have gone ahead.
Oh, no, don't give it. Don't give it. It's not painful.
Whoa.
not a
Get
pen.
out of here! Get out of here!
It's not a pen.
Yeah, that's not happening. In fact, Leeds have gone ahead 5-2, guys.
What?
Jesus Christ. Leeds 5, Newcastle 2.
What is
Sam, what the hell? Hey, Sam, what them white drinking in Leeds? What you lot feeding them in Leeds? Whatever you're drinking, let's have some of that down there in North London.
Oh my
Vincent.
God, that's a penalty. That should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
Sam is from my raid group in on Destiny 2.
Okay.
I raid with Sam. Is in my raid group in Destiny 2.
I can't pay for play ratings, so I've just put it in the private chat.
We don't have any more changes?
Okay.
They're done?
Yeah, I think they're done now. They're done.
Damn. Abba needs to come on.
Yeah, they got it down
He's
from
not
5
helping
to 3.
He's not helping the top of defense. He's not helping. He's just trouble.
Sometimes you just got to fight, and that's what we do, and we're fighting, and
Yeah.
not going to look pretty. But
you need fresh legs though when you're playing with 10.
yeah. These corners are dangerous from
Ward-Prowse is the best free kick, the best dead ball.
Free kick. There we go.
Yo, it's ridiculously good.
Man, I don't know. Not sure what happened to Nabil, but I'll try and catch up with him. I have sent him a message.
And especially the way how Leno clears them with his hands, it gives their players an opportunity to shoot on goal. So it's good tactic. I think Southampton are missing Theo right now. If he was still on the
pitch, I wouldn't have taken him off. I'm not gonna lie. you go down to 10 men and you take Theo Walcott off.
Yeah.
If Southampton go down to 10 men, then you take Theo off.
Yeah.
Not when the other team do it.
Because he was causing us problems.
Hella problems, bro. He scored their goal. He got Gabriel sent off. He was making them run.
You know we're pressing with 10 men, right? I find that very interesting, actually.
What's that, Bertrand?
We're pressing with 10 men.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
I see that's interesting strategy.
But Bertram, you know it's up here.
Yeah.
It's up here in tactics. Because they've been told how, in the start of the game, how to play.
Yeah.
It's up here now.
Sam has just said he's from Kent. Oh, I didn't know that, bro. Sorry, I thought you were all from Leeds. Oh, nice one, mate. Nice one. Sentiment with that Sam Allardyce. You know what? When they took Sam Allardyce today at Newcastle, I was so happy.
We have 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go.
I don't want that guy anywhere near Arsenal. 3 minutes to go, and we have possession.
We're trying to get a draw with Southampton. Oh, the mighty has fallen.
No, you're right. No, we have fallen.
No. We fell a long time ago, so we ain't falling nowhere. We fell a long time ago. Yeah, we fell a long time ago. We ain't won. We've lost 4 straight games at home. I'll take anything right now, guys.
Oh, the post! Come on!
Oh, Vincey, come on! Rob Holding!
Oh shit!
Rob killing me, man.
I'm surprised it went that high. I'm surprised it went that high, though, given how low the ball was.
Oh my god!
Wow!
I don't know where my man's head is. I don't know where my man's head is.
Didn't I say we needed some luck?
Yeah.
That weren't luck for us. That was luck for them.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We need some luck. A little bit of luck, and that just nudges in.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Oh, well done, Rob, for getting.
That's what you need. You need a bit of luck sometimes.
We're pressing now. We change the strategy.
That's it. Game over. You're going to get another chance like that.
We're feeling legs. We're feeling. Hope we don't have them get behind us, though.
That's it. Press on that. Press over. That's it. That's it, boys. Keep pressing. There we go.
I'll tell you, Willock is some player, man. I don't know what's happened to Willock now, but he's just completely switched on.
I tell you what, it's hard for you. It's hard for you to pick a Leeds player, which one to put in your dream team, man, because they're all scoring, man. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Wow, Arsenal guys are 1 minute away from a draw at home against a top 5 team. Very positive result here.
2 spots above relegation, yeah? And people aren't worried about relegation. Look at this. We just can't buy a win.
This would be a draw game. Kick the ball out of bounds.
You can't even
let's
buy
go.
a
Take
win.
the point.
Oh,
Take the point.
God, this is just terrible. This is
I
terrible.
don't know how they hit the bar from there, though. He just hit the ball down.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Bamian actually tried to hit it. I know they tried to kill it. And Bamian has to head that ball. Yeah, he just
that was my strategy.
That's
I
a
don't know
great
what
delivery.
And,
You know how
I'm going to kind of alternate.
I would have made love to him had he scored that goal.
I'll tell his agent that.
If he'd have scored that
Don't
goal,
worry,
I would
blow
have
it off, ref. I'll take the point.
person on the planet.
Beggars are no choosers.
He
Blow it
love
off.
he love a black woman. He love a black
Does
woman.
he now?
Holy backside going on here, man.
Whose Bajan accent was that?
Wow.
Do that again. Do that Bajan accent again. That was
Raffle, man.
Hey, Nabo, in the last stream, he had me falling off my chair. I swear to God, man, I was dying.
Hey, Apollo.
Yo,
At least the kids didn't disappoint, right? The kids did well.
They did
yeah,
not.
and that's really
Yeah,
good,
man.
because Bertram, there was a lot of people who weren't lauding them at all. A lot of people didn't.
All
want
the
them
kids
in the
play
team.
well. All the kids play well. Including Nketiah, by the way.
Oh, you love him now. You love him now.
I know. All right, so that's it, guys. Game over. Arsenal won. Southampton won. Very positive game for me. And like I said previously before, the energy today, the positivity today. Whoa, Ebony. The energy today, the positivity today was fantastic. And it's all about your mindset of how you want to go into a game. And these guys wanted to go there and win. Not only that, but they wanted to run themselves into the ground for the manager. You guys have heard me over the weeks say that if you're not walking off that field with your tongue hanging out of your mouth, then you ain't giving me enough. And today, these players that are walking off the pitch gave everything. And that is the reason why I was so positive at halftime. Vincey said it. Nabil said it. Naomi said it. They said, we are going to score today. And this has happened because of the commitment that they have had. I mean, Maitland Niles, Pepe, Nketiah, Danny Ceballos really surprised me. I think he's going to get my man of the match. But Saka hasn't actually played too well of late. But the kids that he played around, and remember when I talked about the synergy that this youth team has had, when we saw WIllock playing with Smith Rowe and Nketiah and Saka, all of that interlinked play they do in the final third, it's because they've played together for years. Bertram has made a point that Arsenal are dysfunctional and they don't know how to keep the ball because they don't have the ability to play as a team. These kids have been playing together, some of them since the age of 10. So when you see them together on the field, it looks like they know what they're doing. It looks like and it's infectious, guys. It's infectious. When one guy's running and one guy's pressing, I've seen Aubameyang run today like I ain't seen him run in the last 5 games because you've got all these kids and youth players around you who give a shit. So what happened? Aubameyang started running, and that's something I haven't seen from him in a while. Keep the team exactly the same way it is right now, and I enjoyed today's performance. Sentiment is given Saka man of the match. There's probably some merit to that because he did have a very strong second half. But I have to give Ceballos a shout in there as well. Saka was the real deal today. Neomis, what's your thoughts on the game?
I thought.
Sorry, guys, I'm going to go. Yeah, sorry, Neomis, I'm just going to go.
Yeah, I've got his player rating, so I'll give him out in a second.
Cheers.
No
Thank you.
worries.
All right, Vincey, nice one, bro.
In terms of the game, I predicted a draw. It's exactly how I thought it was. And you know what? With 11 men, I thought we played really well. And with 10 men, I thought we played just as good. We had the tactics, kept it solid, didn't concede, because that could have been the excuse. Oh, we went and lost the game because we had 10 men. But we got the point, which is what I thought we would have. So I'm really proud of the boys for that. For me, in terms of ratings, I'm gonna give Leno. Sorry,
do you want me to continue? I'll put them up on the screen. I haven't done that yet. Let me just put them up on the screen. Yeah,
okay.
Go on, bro.
So, like for Leno, I thought he had an okay game. Didn't really do much things that I felt were wrong. So for me, I'm going to give him a 6 throughout this game. For me, Maitland Niles, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought again he had a good solid game, like the form he's shown in the Europa League. Or I'm not sure how many games he started in the Premier League. I think it's none from what you were telling me. And for him to come in at an important game like this, where all the players are literally bereft of confidence, at least overall as a team, and to perform like how he has, for me, like big props up to him. Rob Holding, I'm going to give 6.5. I thought he had a pretty solid game. Some questionable positioning at times. He had that last couple of minutes in injury time header. If that had went in, I'd be sitting there giving him a 7.5 for that one. But Rob Holding, again, still not the answer, but I still think put out a decent performance. For me, Gabriel, I have to give a 5 because when he was on the pitch, I thought he was good. But the fact that he got sent off and he put us in a position whereby we're having to defend with 10 men, I have to kind of drop that lower, or else if he had continued the game and the game had ended 1-1, I might have given him a 6.5, 7. So I'm going to give him a 5. Tierney, I'm going to have to give a 5.5. I think some of his position, particularly for Walcott's goal, you can't say that he's blameless in that, but I do think that by the time Walcott gets that ball, there's no way he's going to have the chance to catch.
No one's going to stop him, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I might be being a bit harsh, but for me, I thought that maybe positionally he could have done better, but I think overall he had a pretty decent game. Wasn't our best defender, but I think overall he did pretty well. Ceballos for me, I'm going to give him an 8. No, I'm going to give him a 7.5. I thought he had a really good game in the first half. I think he was helping to create lots of chances for us. I think that I know you guys talk about making those triangles a lot of the time. He was part of that. He should have gotten a penalty when he went over it in the box, and I think that the problem with Soares is the players that we have matched up with him. Most of the time, it's Soares and Xhaka. If you put him with an El Neni, this is what he can do. So for me, Soares had a good game. And Neni, again, 7, another solid performance. Never stopped running, never stopped trying. Just did everything that we needed him to do as a midfield player overall. Saka, for me, is my man of the match. I'm going to give him an 8. Like, if you go and look at how the ball he got from Gabriel, the fact that he beat 4 guys to be able to get that ball to, I think it was Eddie Nketiah, who then threaded it through to Aubameyang. That moment there, those dribbling skills, for me, that's his world-class moment. That's the moment that, as Saka looks to continue to grow and progress, we are going to see more of that, whether it being at Arsenal or at another club. I think he was absolutely brilliant. Wanted to see more. Again, had the chance to be able to try to score a goal, which is something he's got to work on. But for me, he was my man of the match. Oba scored the goal. I gave him a 7. I think overall his work rate improved as the game went on. Again, I think he's probably suffering from confidence and belief, but it's good that he scored the goal. And then Eddie Nketiah, I'm going to give him a 6.5. I thought he had a good game overall, worked hard, tracked back, held the ball up really well in a lot of situations, and got the assist. You know what? I'm going to give Nketiah a 7 for that.
Yeah,
so,
I was wondering why you was giving him assist.
Yeah, so I'm going to give Eddie a 7 for that. And then, yeah, that's it for me.
Excellent. Nabil, do you want to give your player ratings? I think Ebony is off at the moment. And then actually, before you go, Nabil, let me do two that I've got here. Cool K has given his rating. So he's gone Leno 6, Maitland Niles 6, Holding 7, Gabriel 5, Tierney 6, Ceballos 8, El Nene 7, Saka 8, Pepe 7, Aubameyang 7, Nketiah 7.5. Sentiment has gone Leno 6, Maitland Niles 6, Gabriel 5, Holding 5. I thought Holding played really well today. Tierney 6, Ceballos 6 for Ceballos. El Nene 5, Saka 7, Pepe 6, Uber 6, and Nketiah 6. Nabil, you got the conch, bro.
Okay, so Leno didn't have much to do. Give him a 6.5. Ainsley, Maitland Niles. I think he looked tidy. Without really doing too much. Again, 6.5. Holding. He looked okay. I don't really have much faith in him. I think about a 6. Gabriel.
But did he play well today? Did he play well today?
Holding?
Yeah.
I think he was okay. I think he was
He
okay.
did. He was solid. He was solid. The goal had nothing to do with him, by the way.
He was okay. I'm just not I'm not a huge fan, if I'm honest. Gabriel, well, he's always outstanding. He played a big part in the goal, but in our goal. But then, you know, as far as conceding our goal is concerned, conceding their goal is concerned, there's some goals that I just don't really like to blame anybody for, and I don't really like to blame anyone for that particular goal. But I can see where it came from, and it came from him pushing up forward, which he was outstanding at. He was outstanding at doing that, pushing up forward, intercepting, playing the ball off very quickly from a more advanced position. But at that particular point, it showed you what's dangerous about that particular strategy. You know, when we get caught, when there's a bit of a turnover, you know, the chasm. And when you're talking about someone like Theo Walcott being given that sort of room, that sort of space to run onto a through ball, it just shows you it's a little bit naive, if I'm honest. And then again, you know, he got himself a second yellow card, so I got to give him 4, I'm afraid. But he looked good before that. But you know, it's fair to say you could literally say he cost us the game. Tierney's nice. I like Tierney. I think he's a nice player. But again, I mean, even with what Bertram was saying, you know, I'm not really like trying to dish out blame and so forth. But again, if your centre back steps out the way Gabriel does or Gabriel did, the onus is on the fullbacks to cover, to cut inside and cover. And I've seen him a couple of times. He's been left wanting in that position a couple of times. I remember when Salah done it to him. Salah done it to him on the overlap on the outside, you know, and I was like, straight off the bat.
He seems to play the overlap well, but when we see him against speedy wingers, he struggles. And
he struggles. Big time.
You have to remember, Walcott was trained by Thierry Henry to make them runs. He's made a career in the Premier League out of making those runs, and he timed it to perfection. And quite frankly,
Walcott was smart.
Yeah, Walcott just did what Walcott does. So all credit to him for the goal, really. I don't even want to talk about the other two because for me, that was Theo at his best.
Yeah, but like for me personally, I mean, when I look at Arsenal, we need so much position, but for sure, we need 2 quality fullbacks. When you look at the quality of someone like Kimmich, who's a fullback, and he plays holding midfielder sometime as well. When you look at David Alaba, you know, players like David Alaba. When you look at Jordi Alba from Barcelona, you know, when you look at the quality of these fullbacks and you look at our fullbacks, we got some Primark fullbacks. I mean, Tierney's nice. Yeah. I like him, but even players like Munier, I'm sure, maybe not this window, maybe not even summer, but I'm sure some point after that, we're going to be looking for some serious fullbacks because our fullbacks they're just not up to it.
Well, let's remember when we knocked Man City out of the FA Cup semi-final, not this year, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, when we did that, Pepe had taken over the team, Arteta came in, and the first thing they said, and this is on the Amazon Prime show, Arteta was the one that said to Pep Guardiola, he said, "You ain't gonna win nothing in this league without fullbacks." They went out and they bought Mendy, they bought Carl Walker. And what happened, Neomis? They started winning titles. Yeah, they started winning again. So the fullbacks is probably the most important thing in that formation.
When they went out, is that the point when they went out and got Kyle Walker for 50 million?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then they went and bought Mendy.
It makes total sense.
Everybody was like, you spend what team in the world can go and spend 130 million on fullbacks? It just doesn't happen.
I'll tell you what, you see teams like Liverpool and teams like Arsenal. Obviously, what we're trying to do, we're trying to create that quality fullback, because to spend that kind of money on fullbacks, that's a super luxury. That's a superior luxury.
But it turned the team's fate. They turned them into a team that was struggling. Remember, Man City was falling out. They just struggled to get in the top 4 that year.
This is what I'm saying.
They won the title.
There are no light positions on a football field. There's no light positions. Every single position is valuable, including fullback, centre back, goalkeeper, you name it. Every player. But you see, what it is that you've got to sort of put in players that you need and that will make a super decision, and the others just need to work hard and keep you solid and organized while you rebuild. So, like I said, when people like to smash our players and talk about these players are crap and it's not Arteta, it's the players, I'm just sorry, but you're wrong. I mean, from a very sort of average perspective, our players are decent. They're all right. Apart from players like Mustafi and Socrates and Kolisniak, our players aren't shit. They're good. They're decent. But let me just finish with.
Yeah, I just watched the replay of the Walcott goal, and that was all Theo. I mean, what a goal! What a goal!
When you actually look back at it, you just think, you know what, Tierney has no chance.
Because
Walcott, like he can actually see Walcott, but as the ball gets played in, Walcott knows what run he has. Like, it's just instinctual. But Tierney doesn't know that's a Walcott run. Like,
hey, but did you see the finish? Did you see the finish though? The Walcott finish.
Just chipped it like Leno.
He's talking to Kevin Campbell at the moment. Nabil, go and finish up, mate. He's talking to Kevin Campbell. Hold on.
Okay, so Tierney. What did I think of Tierney? I thought again another 6.5, another 6.5 average performance. Ceballos was good, and let's just talk about that penalty, because it was a penalty. Like, who got one? You see, the thing is, that's the sort of penalties that Man United get all day long. That was identical to what happened to Rashford. He just kicked your foot.
Yes.
He just tapped your foot. Yeah. Rashford goes down like a ton of bricks. You get a penalty. We don't get those penalties. That's the difference between Man United and the rest of the world. I can't. That is a penalty. Like,
I'm glad you brought that up, because I thought we should have won today. If we didn't have the man sent off, well, that wasn't entirely. It happened, so it happened. But the fact that that penalty there, we should have had another goal. I think we should have won today.
We should have won. I think, like I said, that penalty was a penalty, and VAR is there for a reason. So we got hard done by there. And I mean, if Gabriel had stayed on the pitch, I would have fancied us to win as well. But you know, that's what it is. Ceballos, let me see. Ceballos, I think about I think a 7. 7.5. I think El Neni 7. I think Saka was an 8. I think Pepe was about a 6.5. Aubameyang was another. His job is to put the ball in the back of the net, and he done that. I think I'd give him an 8 as well. I'll give him an 8. Nketiah was good. Nketiah was another 8. So I'll give Saka 8.5. Oba gets an 8. Nketiah gets an 8. Saka gets an 8.5. I don't think the others had enough time to make much of a difference, to be fair. So yeah, that's me.
Excellent. And we've got 18's score up here. 18 says Leno 6, Niles 6, Holding 7, Gabby a 4. That's fair. Can't say anything. I know someone gave him a 5. A couple of guys gave him a 5. Tierney 6, Ceballos 8, El Nene 7, Saka 8.5, Pepe 6.5, Aubameyang 7, and Nketiah 7.5. Bertram, let's get your scores here, bro, and your thoughts. You're on.
So I was watching the goal again. It's funny. A couple of things. One is, in terms of overall performance, I thought we played well. I'm not disappointed with the performance and the effort. In fact, I haven't been disappointed for the last 3 or 4 games. I think Burnley game, we played well. We should have won that game. I thought we played well against Man U. I thought we played well against Leicester. I thought we played well against Spurs. Everybody think about, Jose's massive strategy. I don't agree with that concept. I don't think it was. I think we pressured them, and he got lucky in 2 breakaway goals. Son goal was a great goal. Still think Bellerin should have done a better job. Today's game, if I was to give ratings, look, I think I'll give Maitland Niles a 6.5. I don't think and then it helped him enough, or Pepe, to give him outlets to get the ball out. When you're on the sideline, that's a defense against you. You only can come inside or go down the wing or go back to holding. They got to give him options quicker so he can get the ball out. He gets that with Xhaka on the other side and with Aubameyang a lot of times. Holding, I can't say I'm a big Holding fan. I gave him a 6. I think he played okay. Gabriel, I gave him a 2. I know everyone is enormous with Gabriel, and he's a very, very good player. But on the first goal, he was the first mistake on the goal. If you're going to come, you got to get it. There's no excuse. If you're going to come that far, you got to get it. Secondly, though, I think even though the ball get quickly to Walcott, I don't think Tierney saw the danger. Yeah, Walcott got behind him, but, Nabil talked about zone and me being from the 60s. But what he doesn't realize is that in American sports, in basketball and football, they play it out of zones. When you're in a certain location, the man in that location is your man. In fact, it can be multiple people. It's your job to cover those individuals. That's what the zone does. So if you play basketball zone, and they play a lot in college, less than in the pros, your job is to cover the people in your area. And the zone rotates. Xhaka and Tierney was on that side. Yes, we lost the ball quickly. They didn't react. It was quick, and Walcott is very quick, but didn't react. So I gave Gabriel a 2. I give Tierney, and the red card he got, first of all, the first yellow card you get, when you kick the ball away in a free kick and a spot kick, that's a yellow card, almost automatically. So you can't be aggressive anymore. That's how he plays. It's his natural game. If you're going to be aggressive, you know you're begging for trouble. And it's the 7th red card we have gotten since Arteta joined us, which is 4 more than any other team in the league, which doesn't say a lot about him and how he manages his team in terms of discipline. You can't play with 10 men in football. You're at a disadvantage. Tierney, I thought he played okay, apart from I think he was part of responsible for the goal. I gave him a 6, actually. I thought he did okay. Xhaka, I go to the left. Start with Elneny first. I gave Elneny a 5. I just saw today where athletically he's challenged. He wasn't covering. I'm a big Elneny fan when he gets the ball. But today, and even though he plays deep, he wasn't covering as quickly as I expect. Like I see the same quickness in Ceballos. I gave him a 5. I gave Ceballos a 7. I thought he played well today, one of his better games. I gave Xhaka an 8. I think he's man of the match by a good margin, frankly. I thought he played well between the lines like he normally does. He plays that sort of hybrid position. He plays on the wing, but he's dropping very, very deep. He presents himself to get the ball. I gave Pepe a 5. I'm still looking for the Pepe that we bought for 70 million plus spot. I don't see it. He loses in the first half. He had a ball down the wing with Maitland Niles, and he lost the ball. And I'm shaking my head, and I'm talking to myself because I'm just like, I don't understand such a skillful player can lose the ball so easily. It doesn't make sense to me. He doesn't set his man up. He dribbles when he shouldn't, and he passes when he should dribble. It's just really crazy. Nketiah gave a 6.5. I thought he played well today. I think his energy is infectious, and it's what we need more of because you need somebody up top to pressure the defense and pressure the keeper. I gave Abba a 6. It was a very good goal. He took it well. The combination between Xhaka and Nketiah and him worked. But I think he has to do more. Well, I'm not sure he can do more, so I shouldn't say that. We have to put him in a position to score, because I'm not sure he can do more. I gave WIllock a 6.5. Look, I'm a big WIllock fan. I thought he did well when he came in. And I think if he gets more opportunity, we'll see more of him. But I think he does have all the qualities that we're looking for in the midfield. He can go forward and he can defend. David Luiz didn't have much to do, frankly. I gave him a 5, similar to Leno. And Arteta, I gave a 5. I thought today that people said when he made the changes, he was forced to make the changes he made. Granted, he benched William, which I think was justifiable given how he's played. But Xhaka was out. Bellerin was out. He had no choice but to play some of those players we played. He had no alternative. The one thing I thought was strange was he had Mustafi and David Luiz on the bench. Like, why do you need 2 centre halves when you have 2 on the field already? I didn't get that. And you have Soares there. I mean, are you going to change both centre halves? That's rare in football. You change them normally offensive or in the midfield. It ain't going to be a centre half unless they're playing poorly. So I'm not sure why he had 2 centre half on his bench. It's sort of wasted position, frankly. But look, it's a good point to have because when you're down to 10 men, all you're trying to do is defend. And frankly, Holding could have scored in the last couple of minutes, which would have given us a win. I was very surprised at Southampton. I've watched them play all season because I watched Theo a lot. They didn't really threaten our goal that much. And if you think about the entire game, even when we're down to 10 men, how many times did they threaten Leno? We can't say much about Leno because he wasn't doing a lot of work.
I think Kevin Campbell said we're one of the better defenses in the league, and Southampton realised that today. They found it difficult to break through. My only criticism with that is why was Gabriel playing so high up the pitch? Even before the mistakes he made, he was playing so high up the pitch. Because
that's how he plays, though. That's his game.
Yeah, what did he do before he made the mistakes? He won the ball back there 2 or 3 times, didn't he?
Yeah, his game is this. If you like him, what he does is this. He knows he has the quickness. So he can take those risks because he think he can recover. Holding can't do that. He doesn't have the recovery speed. Gabriel can be pressuring you, and he's physical. So most often you won't turn on him. Watch when he played against Rashford. He totally took Rashford out of his game because he bullied him, and he knows if Rashford puts the ball behind him, he can recover.
So, guys, look, before I go to Ebony, I'm going to give my grades here. I'm going to go with Leno with 6. I'm going to go with Maitland Niles with a 6 as well. I thought Niles did okay. Little slow, little out of the game in the first half, struggling to link with Pepe. And I got to be honest, they had a game plan, Southampton, to come in today and shut Pepe down. It was evident by the amount of times you saw how many blue shirts were around him. And I mentioned it 2 or 3 times in the stream today, how much they wanted to take this guy out of the game. They saw Pepe is a threat. Make no bones about it. When was the last time a team has done that to an Arsenal player? Yeah, you see, people don't even crowd Aubameyang anymore. Yeah, because they know when he gets the ball and he's in space, he can't really do nothing with it. So I think I was expecting Niles today to link with Pepe a lot more than he did, and he didn't. Outside of that, Niles had a very solid game. So he gets a 6. Holding, I have to give Holding a 7 today. It just dealt with everything on his side of the field. He was in no danger, defended really well, nearly scored, but even without that, I thought he had a very solid stout performance today, held his ground, didn't overcommit like Gabriel did. And I thought he defensively, positionally as well, especially in the last half an hour where we needed to keep them clean, I thought he did really well. Gabriel, I'm probably have to agree with the 4. I might even drop it to a 3 because he really shouldn't be playing like that. He has to learn from today. And look, as good as he's been, and he's probably been our best player overall this season, I think sometimes when a guy, it's not about what you did yesterday or last week, it's about what you did today in the 90 minutes, and he didn't play well today. And he cost us. So if it was bad on Xhaka last week and it was bad on Pepe before that, we can't say, give him a pat on the back and say just because he's our best player that he gets away with it. No, we can't do that. So we have to chastise him as well. He got it wrong today. Tierney, I thought Tierney, I'll give Tierney I'm not going to give him a 5. I think I'm going to give him a 6 because I think although he got roasted on that goal, and we could blame it on him if we wanted to. It isn't anything. I've seen the goal 4 times now. He couldn't do anything about that. He was lamb to the slaughter. I've seen plenty defenders get roasted by Theo like that. I've seen man do it everywhere. When Salah does it, when Mahrez does it, when you got them guys who are the top tier players in the team, when they do it, nobody feels sorry for the defender.
You sound like you're glad he scored against us, mate.
Yeah, no, but listen, nobody feels sorry to the defender when you get played like that. You just got whooped.
You sound like you enjoyed that. You enjoyed that too much.
You know what? I think I did enjoy it because Theo's taken a lot of abuse from Arsenal fans, and even though he's left, they still don't see the quality that he has. And what he showed today is something that's his trademark. He's going to run between your back line. He's going to find that hole, run between your back line, create that one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And Leno is a good shot stopper. Let's be fair. Leno never had a chance. He came out to Theo. Theo just dinked it over him. It all happened so quickly because that's how Theo's mind thinks. Theo's like, bang. Do you remember when I talked about sideways and backwards? Yeah, you know I talked about sideways and backwards. Theo is all about just running at you, urgency and bang. Yeah, and I'm not going to chastise Tierney for that. So I'm going to give Tierney a 6. Ceballos, I thought he was solid. I thought he was our best player in the first half. I'm going to give him 7.5. I think in the second half he was solid. He just got outshone by Saka. Saka was fantastic in the second half. I'm going to give Saka a solid 8. El Nene, solid 7 all-round game from El Nene today. Look, this is what happens when you have a pairing set of midfielders who can run, who have great range, play their gaps, win balls. The amount of balls that these two won in the first half, first hour of the game, I thought that surprised Southampton. I didn't think Southampton was banking on us doing that because we've been known as a team that likes to sit back and doesn't have any range and can't win the ball back. And that's too much on Xhaka and not enough of what these guys can do. So I think that Ceballos was solid. El Nene absolutely solid as well. I think for me, this wasn't El Nene his best by any means. I think offensively he can give you a little bit more, but defensively he was just playing his role today. Saka, as I said, a solid 8. Pepe, again, I think Pepe, it was a breath of fresh air to see him come into the middle and trouble the defense like that. I thought he struggled a little bit on the right. I didn't think that he had as much support as he could from Niles, but I thought Southampton got it right today with him. They overloaded him, and he couldn't do much. And their plan was to take him out of the game, and that's what they did. And that's to an extent that worked for Southampton. I'm just going to give Pepe a 6 today. Aubameyang, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he worked a lot harder than what I've seen him work today. I thought what the guys did around him were infectious. It forced him to raise his game. Creativity as well, playing some balls into the box. Some of them wasn't there. Some of them lacked quality, but others didn't. And I thought his commitment running into space, we talked about his lack of effort, lack of movement. You can see him running into the space beyond Nketiah's assist. He was there in the right position to make that work, and that's what you've got to do. And he had the commitment to do that, and it was such a good finish as well, not at the goalkeeper, but right in the bottom right corner, curled in as well. Good finish from Aubameyang. He deserves his 7. Nketiah as well, a solid 7.5 for Nketiah. That energy that we've lacked from that spot, not just offensively, but defensively, running back into the midfield, being an extra option in the midfield, laying off the ball to Maitland Niles and El Nene. He was in that tandem there. That's how he likes to play his game. You could see how hard he was running, the effort that he was putting on. When he came off, he was knackered, but he looked like he could still keep going. And that's what you get with him. Real shame that he came off because I felt we lost a lot of dimension offensively when he came off. I'm a big fan of Nketiah, and I thought today he showed you what you were missing over the last 5 or 6 games from that spot. And I hope that he starts again next week. I really do. This is what he did last season. Yeah, he didn't just start one game. He started a bunch of games, scored against Southampton last season, scored against West Ham. He only stopped playing because he had that red card against Leicester. It was unfortunate. It was harsh, but that's what let Lacazette back in. And when Lacazette came in, he tried harder. Why? Because that was the trend that Eddie set. Eddie set that trend. He set that marker that this is what you need to do at this spot to gain this position. And we saw an improved Lacazette who worked harder and gave more because of what Eddie had set before him. Outside of that, the subs, Cedric, again, didn't really have enough time. I thought WIllock was solid. WIllock gets a 6. Again, not enough from Cedric Soares to actually give him a grade. Arteta, I think I gave Arteta a 5. I don't know what Bertram gave. I think Bertram gave him a 5 as well. Is that right, Bertram?
Who are you talking about?
Arteta, did you give him a 5? Yeah. I think I have to, because the forces the changes were forced upon him. I still see a level of ignorance there, and I guess we'll find out what happens next week when Bellerin is allowed to get back into the team.
He cannot go back to playing that. If he does that, he's an absolute idiot.
But he showed me he was an idiot last week.
No, I'm
against Burnley. He showed me he was an idiot last. Look, there's no.
Liverpool scored against.
This has to convince his mind.
Wow, that's a big goal. Bertram, talk us through it, because I'm tipping Liverpool for the title and I'm tipping Tottenham to choke. What happened?
Well, it's a deflected goal, but Tottenham is just doing what they did against us. They're playing very, very deep. It's like you're playing back and forth, defense against forward. They came forward in our attack. Robertson I'm just trying to think about the player. The Jones kid, who has been penetrating from the left side. Robertson plays to him. He stumbles through a couple of players. Ball got kicked by a defender off to Salah, who took a shot, bounced off a defender into the goal. So it's a very scrappy goal, but it was not surprising because Tottenham did what they did against us. I don't think people say it's strategy. I think part of it, they just can't get out of their own half.
So they're
not playing in a way that allows them to go forward, and therefore I don't see how they're going to win a ton of games against the better teams playing this way.
So, guys, let's get an overall summary of today. Arsenal, at a point, were by far the better team today, in my opinion. They showed more creativity. They showed more energy. Their pressing was disjointed but effective, because it told you, and this is the eye candy here. This is the eye test. It told you how hungry that they were. It told you how much they were up for this game and the desire they wanted to have on the field to win this game. That is something that's been severely lacking in this stadium. We've had no momentum, and today's performance, although in some parts it was poor, we ended our 4-game losing streak at home because we had the will and the desire to. For us, we even nearly steal the 3 points as well. But I think I want to mention one player's name here, and that is Bukayo Saka. And Bukayo Saka has been playing along with Lacazette, Willian. He's been playing alongside Xhaka. And it's almost like he's been feeding off their lack of commitment. And we've not seen a very effective Saka. He's been quite poor, in fact, in many games. But today, the players around him, like Nketiah and Pepe and Maitland Niles and Ceballos, he almost fed off the desire of those players and showed today the kind of quality that has been so dearly missing in this team. And to see him get the ball and beat 3 defenders, he beat 3 players. Please go back and watch the goal again. He beat 3 men on the way to slanting it off to Nketiah, who played a great through ball in to Lacazette. It was almost something that this team wasn't even capable of before. And this is what we want to see. And this is the reaction from a player that we've been hoping for. We've been waiting for this kind of reaction from a Lacazette, from a Willian, from a Aubameyang previously that we just haven't seen. And guys, all of this is without Thomas Partey. So what happens when Thomas Partey comes back into the team? If you put a Thomas Partey and a Saka and an El Nene or Ceballos in the midfield with that hunger and the ball-winning ability and that the tenacity, with a front line of Pepe and Nketiah and Aubameyang, then what is this team capable of achieving this season? So I think that there's some good, real positivity for us to look forward to. I'm going to hand it over to Ebony to give me your marks out of 10, and then we can close it down.
Okay, Leno didn't have Leno didn't have a great deal to do, although you could still see his indecisiveness. So I give him a 6. Maitland Niles, when he had to, he actually bossed that left-hand side. Okay, or was it the right-hand side? But he bossed it. I'll give him a 7. Holding, he didn't have too bad a game, but I mean, who's to blame for the goal? You know, let's just say the whole defense, because nobody closed down Walcott. I know it's one of those goals that he's, you know, famous for scoring, but still, you know, you can't let that happen. He could have actually won us the game towards the end when he hit the crossbar. But I don't think he had too bad a game. So I'd give him a 7. Gabriel, there was a part where he gave the ball away. And for me, I don't think he played too well. I'll give him a 4. He was actually the worst player. Tierney, you know, he keeps getting ripped to part on the left-hand side, and he's going to have to maybe do some training in order to perfect that, because, you know, against tougher opposition, he'll get roasted a lot more. He's quite lucky today. I
just want to say on that it is a coaching thing. That is a techniques thing. I don't personally think that Monreal is any faster. Maybe he has slightly more quickness over 5 or 10 yards, but it's really about playing your angles. It's about the technical side of it. It's about anticipation. And a few of the guys mentioned that here today in regards to Kieran Tierney. He's 22 years old. And I think there's 2 things that we have to think about here. First of all, he can improve. Secondly, Arteta didn't buy him. So regardless of what we think about Kieran Tierney, and some of the fans love him, they love his grandeur and his commitment. But if Arteta thinks that there's a better player out there that suits his system that is going to give him a chance to win, he'll replace him.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I'm a big Tierney fan, and I know he'll get better. And yes, it is a coaching thing. And, you know, like you said, he's only 22. He's got time. He's got time.
Wow.
Ceballos.
Son score again. Sorry, Evan. Son score again.
Okay. Is that 2-1 to Liverpool now? Tottenham now. Okay.
Is it 2-1 or 1-1?
It's 1-1. It looks offside to me. Just offside.
Okay. Ceballos.
Just offside. I don't know.
Ceballos, clearly the man of the match for me. He bossed the midfield. Without his creation, we probably wouldn't have gotten a draw. He probably would have lost. And it was his kick that actually created the goal for Aubameyang in the first place. I'll give him an 8. Oneni, for me, was a bit quiet. But one of the things I like about Oneni now is that he's getting forward a lot more. You know, this is not something that we saw under Wenger, and this is not something that we saw under. Did he actually play under Emery? I don't think he played under Emery that much, at all. But you know, this is an improvement on his time with Wenger. I'll give him a 6. Saka does what Saka does. 7. Pepe, for me, quiet. Yes, actually, no, he wasn't quiet. The thing about Pepe is that he's so quick down that left-hand side. That's why he had 2 players marking him, because he's that quick. So I'll give him a 7. Aubameyang, for me, very quiet. Until that goal was scored, I don't think he didn't do a great deal for me. He didn't do a lot. I'll give him a 5. And Nketiah, far more pacier, far more aware, far more of a player that is willing to get stuck in, whereas Aubameyang just likes to, you know, drift in and, you know, not do a great deal. You know, he just disappears sometimes. And Nketiah, he does what he does. He could have gotten a goal today. He could have gotten 2 goals today. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I think the one thing that we have to, here's the question right now. Where do we go from here? What options are there for Arteta in regards to his team sheet? I just talked about it. I think that it should be Leno, Tierney, Gabriel, Holding, Maitland Niles. I'd probably go with I like Soares in there, but I want to see Maitland Niles in the team. But the reason why Niles plays there is because I can't find a place for him in the midfield. I think the midfield has to be, I think it has to be Saka. I think it has to be El Nene and Thomas Partey.
Hey, I've got to go.
All right, Nabil, thanks for joining us, bro, and I'm much appreciated. And listen, the guys here are loving your input, man. I really appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, if only we could have some wins to go with it.
Yeah, well, Everton away, not going to be easy, mate.
Is that the next one, yeah?
Yeah. Everton away, not going to be easy at all, mate. They don't get any easier from here. All right, then, bro. See you later, man.
Thank you. See you guys.
So as I was saying, it's just so much things that we've got that are going for us in the midfield. I think that is our best midfield. I think Saka, El Nene, and Thomas Partey. I think that would be my preferable way to roll. And then up front, the front three, I'm going with Pepe, Nketiah, and Aubameyang. And I think that's our best 11. Neomis, what would you say our best 11 is? How do we move forward from this?
For me, our best 11, similar to your back four. Are you talking about what I would play or what I think Arteta would play? Because the problem is that then I'd probably play the back four that you gave with Maitland Niles as our right back, Gabriel. I think he'll stick with Holding and Tierney and Leno in goal. In midfield, I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1. So I think it'll be El Nene and Thomas Partey, and I'm going to go with Pepe at the 10. I'll go Saka.
Oh wow!
Because for me, I think that's how you get the best out of Pepe. You have him in a free role, and you say if Pepe's out right, Saka, who I'll have on the right, then you go in the middle or you go on the left, and those three should always be alternating with one another. They should be the dangerous three, with Aubameyang, Pepe, and Saka, and all three should constantly be moving around, interchanging with one another. And then you've got Nketiah up top, who can be, if there's any other holes, he's got the work rate to be able to cover them. He can still score goals. His hold-up play for me in this game actually improved, because that was the one biggest weakness I'd say that he had, and I think he did pretty well today. And for me, I think Saka should be at the top of that midfield three. And for me, Saka could do it all. So yeah, that's how I would see it.
And who's your front three?
Oh, it'll be Aubameyang, Pepe, and Saka with Nketiah up top.
Yeah, and Bertram, what about you, Bertram? Very controversial question, I know, but where do you think we go from here? Who is our best 11 from here on out now?
I think in the defense, the same defense today, with the exception I replaced Holding with David Luiz. Mm-hmm. I think David does a good job of getting the ball over the top, force the defense back, and give us more room to maneuver in the middle of the park.
I think the key question there on your opinion, Bertram, is leadership and experience is something that we're seriously lacking at the moment on the field.
Yeah, and I think Gabriel plays better with David Luiz, because I think he gets more instruction from him. He's not the senior person, David is, and David will give him more instruction. That was pretty obvious in terms of how he was playing today, frankly. Frankly, David's the one who always be pressuring up front. You know, David is very attack-minded, actually, in terms of how he defends. In the midfield, it would be Partey, obviously, with El Neni and with WIllock. And then up front, it will be Aubameyang, Saka, and possibly Pepe. I'm disappointed in Pepe. He didn't beat one player today. Like, I'm thinking of the game and thinking, what did he contribute to today's game? Did he take on play? I just watched Son a while ago, had a ball against 4 people and they couldn't touch the ball. And he got fouled. Pepe doesn't do that.
He's not that effective on the wings.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my opinion on that was they took him out of the game.
But you just hear what I said. Son was against 4 people, and they still could get the ball off him. Now, I'm not saying you can try to beat 4 people all the time, but if you have 4 people pressuring you, get the ball, that means you must have 3 people open on the field.
That's right, yes.
right? So the ball has to be switched quickly to someplace else where you have, unless, again, I don't think today we made ourselves available. We weren't presentable. I'm not sure if we have weary legs. It's a long season. But you got to give somebody an option to make the pass. Just like I talked about Maitland Niles, can't see a pass because there's no one available. And then he wasn't coming hard. Pepe wasn't coming hard. Pepe's too deep. You have to force the ball to get to him. It's a turnover. So, look, I think I'm a big WIllock fan. I've said this from day one. I think he'll come really good. I think he's getting better. I think he has legs, and legs are essential in midfield. He can get forward and he can defend. Now, he has to make better decisions with the ball, but that comes with time, and that comes with seeing yourself play and seeing how you're doing and watching the film over and over again and realizing when you can make quicker decisions. I think it's more quicker decisions and sometimes better decisions. But I do think, look, I have said this before, which is we played well against Man U, we played well against Leicester, we played well against Spurs, we played well against Burnley, and we played well today. 2 games we were atrocious in were Aston Villa, and we played Leeds. If you think about all the other games, we have played well enough to come up with something in those games. Everyone talks about how great Tottenham was. I wasn't impressed with Tottenham, frankly. I know they could sit back. One was a great goal, which I'm going to say 100 times better. He should have done better in terms of knowing where Son was. Other games we have given her, we had red cards in a couple of games. So it's not dire. And we'll stay up when we get Partey back. We'll definitely stay up. There's not much more to play for. We're not going to make top 4. Even though, I'll say this though, the feeling's not running away from us. Even with 14 points, what Southampton has about 25, 27 points?
Yeah, that's right.
It's not like the distance is that wide because everybody's beating everybody else, right? Chelsea just lost, a couple they drew a couple and lost a couple. Everybody's coming back to the pack. And we'll see what happens. As I said before, Paulo, you know, at the inception of the season, which is it's going to be the most difficult season ever and the most challenging season ever because the teams have gotten closer in terms of talent.
Yeah, parity.
The pandemic hasn't helped people in terms of the normalcy, in terms of how you operate, what your body's used to. We're having more games, clustered together. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, parity. Big shout out to Ryofoot. Ryofoot is another. I had a guy called Sam earlier on, who's from Kent, who's in my raid team on Destiny 2, and another one of my mates on Xbox, which is Ryofoot. Nice to see you here, bro. Nice to see you on the channel. It would be good to see you on a Friday night because we talk about the whole of Premiership. So I'd love to hear your views on Manchester United and all them guys there. But good to see you in the chat room, bro. Vincey, by the way, guys, before Vincey left, Vincey had to leave his grades with me. So I'm just going to run through Vincey's grades. It's Leno 7, Maitland Niles 6 points. Vincey always doing these 0.7 and 0.8s. 6.7, Holded 6, Gabriel 6, Tierney 6, Ceballos 7.5, El Neni 7, Saka 7, Aubameyang 6, Nketiah 6.5, and he's said again that he's sorry he can't stay for the ratings to give them to you himself. So that's it, guys. Arsenal, are they back? We don't really know because we're talking about consistency here. We're talking about a manager who's been forced into dropping players, although Willian is an anomaly. We don't know why he dropped Willian. So I'm guessing that this is something we should have seen at the beginning of the Burnley game where he made changes and put the kids in. And I tell you, I've been advocating for the Pitney Dem for weeks. And some of you agreed.
That's how it should be.
Some of you guys agreed, play the kids, and some of you guys didn't agree. And based on today's performance, I think you now know why we've been talking about playing the kids. Because the energy
today.
The energy was fantastic.
Saka had energy. Nketiah had energy. If you put Emil Smith Rowe there, he will have energy. That's what and the way and the pass and movement. It's like we didn't give Southampton too much time. We just yes, they shut us down, but we also shut them down as well.
Yeah.
So and that's what we need. That's what we need to see more of. A lot of the older heads, and this is why I know it's controversial, but for me, Aubameyang needs to be dropped. He needs to be dropped to know that he's not undroppable, and that he needs to work harder and to score goals. And the other thing as well is that our front three doesn't create. You know, we have to.
They damn well did today.
but normally, on a normal basis, our front three doesn't create, so we have to rely on a midfielder or even a defender to create that to create the goal. Today, Ceballos was the one. I know people slag him off left, right, and centre, but you know he created the goal that led to Aubameyang scoring the goal in the first place. So credit to him. But yeah, you know, I think moving forward, start blending youth with experience. That's what we used to do. I don't know why we stopped.
Well, I think today, big shout out to Alex at Cannon Fodder as well. He's just joined us, and we're about to sign off now. But just in summary, guys, it was such a blessing today to see the effort from the young players, and it gives you, look, regardless win, draw or lose, you want to support and see a team that's fighting, don't you? You don't want. The biggest disappointment over the last few weeks is that we've seen a team who almost given up, not just given up. But you saw a team who had let down Emery and Wenger and Lundberg and just didn't care. You saw a team that was devoid of any commitment, any desire.
But can I ask this question? Do you think Aubameyang cares? Because I look at him and he just looks dejected.
He's dejected because he's disappointed. It's his team. He's the captain. I'm not even going to throw my bus I'm not going to throw myself under the bus. So I'm going to probably keep quiet about that. But I'm just saying, if I was in his shoes, you can either go one or two ways. It's your team. You're the highest paid player in the team. You've got to go out there and set an example. My disappointment in Aubameyang is that he hasn't gone out there and set an example.
He's not a leader.
That's what captains do. Captains go out there. I'm going to run more than you are, guys. I'm going to put in more effort than you are, guys. I'm going to make myself accountable because that's what captains do. Aubameyang's not doing that. And maybe because he doesn't have the ability to do that. He's not a natural born leader. He weren't a captain where he played previously before. He's certainly not, in terms of leadership, someone who's going to run up to you, grab you by the scruff of the neck and ask you to run more and put more effort in. He ain't that kind of player. But sometimes you don't need to do that. Sometimes you can be an Alexis Sanchez and lead by example and run yourself into the ground and wave players on. Come on, guys. I'm running at them. You do the same thing. This is what I don't expect nothing more from you than what I expect from myself. That's where Aubameyang's letting you down. That's
I would
where,
agree with that.
You know, today we saw a 21-year-old player come on. And remember, Aubameyang has started 4 games in the middle and shown us nothing. Did he run back into our defense, into our midfield and help win the ball back and play 1-2s and play
He's not that type of player.
He didn't.
He's a player to be fed.
He never done that once in 4 games. Today, what did Eddie do? Eddie ran the channels, ran back. I don't know whether you guys remember the Villa game. In the Villa game, we were being penetrated by Grealish and and those guys in the midfield. They just ran at us at will. And Partey and Al-Nene was like lambs to the slaughters. We were being outnumbered 5-2 in the midfield. Had we had Eddie in that game, Eddie would have ran back into the midfield.
This is why, and I know Bertram doesn't want to hear it, but he needs to start every single game he can.
Look, I said to you guys, if Nketiah started every game for us this season, he scored 20 goals. I said that to you guys before. I also said he can be a Dwight York, an Andy Cole, but you're not going to know unless you start him. I said the same thing about Walcott years and years ago. And what they do, they eventually started Theo at striker, and he scored 11 goals in 11 games. And all these people that would say they'll never make it either. What are you talking about? Rubbish. They got proved wrong. Exactly. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right now. If Eddie Nketiah had started every game for us in the league this season, he's already our top scorer. But if he started throughout the whole season into next year, he would get 20 goals. I have no doubt about that in my mind. And it's not just the goals, guys, because you can't measure a player like Eddie with his effort. It is effort all over the field. And it's not just Eddie. It's Joe WIllock. Joe WIllock will give you that. Joe WIllock would run himself into the ground for you. Maitland Niles run himself into the ground for you. Ceballos today, He's been poor this season, I got to admit. But Ceballos saw them kids running the chains and running in to help him in the midfield and running on the back end. And Ceballos raised these games. This is the Ceballos that I've been waiting to see all season.
And I think we'll see more of that, and hopefully we'll see more of that. But
I don't. I mean, my concern is this. I heard Arteta's comments around Xhaka. I feel when he gets off his bench, he's going to play him again. He seemed to have this. Yeah. He seemed to have done like all the other managers. I think that Xhaka is indispensable. I don't see it. I think it's a waste of time. I think both Xhaka and Bellerin should watch for a while, including William and Lacazette, who watched today. We didn't do any work with the kids on the field, so why are you playing those?
I agree with Bellerin. But Bellerin, for some reason, when we first saw him play, he could cross. Now it's just, I don't know if he's lost the ability or he's been told not to. I don't know, but he just doesn't cross anymore. He's gone back to running halfway and then just not doing anything with the ball. What's that all about?
I must say Saka is our only creative player up front, including Pepe. Pepe not creating anything.
No, I think things are going to get a lot better. I think if and this is why I'm saying we've got to look forward to seeing this progress. It only progressed under Ljungberg because Ljungberg did what Emery didn't do. Ljungberg dropped all the players. He dropped them all and he put in his kids. Ljungberg's been working with these kids for years. He knows, he trusts these players. That's why you started seeing these kids play. And I think where we are right now is Bertram has always been on point about the creativity, but this is a very creative team. And I've talked about the parallels. So Bertram says to me, he says, Apollo, look at us, we're pressing, we're disjointed. I said to Bertram, we're disjointed because Southampton been playing for years. We only started just playing. But this youth team that you're seeing here, WIllock, Maitland Niles, Nketiah, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Saka, all of those guys have been playing together since, most of them, because a few came in at a later age. Most of them have been playing together since they were 10 years old.
Yeah,
you can see when they're on the pitch, it's almost like they know what they're supposed to do, where the other's going to go. Listen, you guys are calling out pub team all the time on a Thursday night. But what I see is completely different from you. It's not the opposition. It's your mindset. And I keep telling you that every week. Your mindset is telling you, what am I going to give to my manager and my teammates when I'm on the field today? That's not about your opposition. That's about you. And today we saw players who raised themselves because they raised the expectations within themselves. And when you're asking someone to give you their best self, you can't ask any more than that. Today was effort. That's what today was.
It's the best game. It's the best game that they've played all season since Fulham.
Since Man United, I think. Because Man United...
Man U. We dominated Man U.
You know...
I don't think we realize how much we dominated Man U.
Yeah. Fulham actually in September when we played them. It's the best game that they played, the best style of play, the best performance since the beginning of this season, since Fulham.
See, but here's the deal. You then add the Thomas Partey to this team that played today. You add a Thomas Partey, and then you add a Martinelli.
Who are you replacing? Who are you taking off a Partey?
For Partey, you can take off Ceballos. You can take off whoever you like. You can take off. Remember, I said Maitland Niles natively in that right back position. So the midfield today was Saka, Ceballos, and El Nene. You can take Ceballos off. You can take El Nene off. But you've got him to put in. The front line, you can put Martinelli can play all across the line. He can play behind, up top, right. I've never really seen him play great on the right, but I've seen him dominate on the left. So you've got all of that creativity to come. And when we talk about creativity, Bertrand just said, Saka's our only creative player. You got Martinelli and Partey. Partey offers you so much creativity.
You've got the leader as well to come.
They're not available.
Yeah. No, but they will be. That's what I'm saying. You know, in January, when you look at it now, and these are all to come, Martinelli probably needs about 2 games in the youth team before. And I think we've always said you ain't going to see him until January.
Yeah, but here's the thing people don't realize, and they keep saying Martinelli. Arteta wasn't playing Martinelli when he was available before. He didn't start. I mean, he played the Chelsea game, played well. Aubameyang got injured. I mean, got a red card, and then
apparently Edu said that was because of an injury which they picked up, and they were trying to rest him. That's what Edu says.
And you need to stop lying for Arteta.
Yeah, I think they're all protecting each other. But you know why? You know why, Bertrand? Because remember last week when we said if Arteta goes, Edu gotta go. Because if you think this is all on Arteta, whoever is out
there,
they're
like this. They know they're a tandem. When one goes, the other gonna go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. GK said, Apollo, you can't be serious. Even Uber isn't getting as many chances. How is Nketiah gonna score 20? Right. My friend, go back and watch Nketiah's last 3 goals. Watch his last 2, which is 2 for Arsenal, and his last 2 for England. In fact, those are 4 goals. Watch his last 4 goals. He presses the defense, he wins the ball back off them, and then he beats the goalkeeper. Yeah. When we played them against Southampton last season, watch his goal. What did he do? He pressured the defense, took the ball off them, and slammed it past the goalkeeper. Look, we don't have a player in the anchor role who is going to give you the movement, the energy, and the desire of Eddie Nketiah. Say what you want about him. He's only 21 years old. Players don't hit their prime until they're 25, 26. Eddie is learning his trade, but he can't learn if you don't play him.
Exactly.
And Bertram alluded to that with another player, and I can't remember who the player was. Bertram was just talking about him. Willock, right. He ain't going to improve unless you play him. And we've got Smith Rowe to come back in. We've got Martinelli to come back in. We've got Thomas Partey to come. Look, I'm feeling that this team can improve as a whole. But that's the team. The manager still has to prove. The manager, if Arteta doesn't step up and stop making these ridiculous mistakes tactically and team sheet, then he's going to bury himself. So he needs to improve. And that's why I talk about Edu. Edu is Arteta's manager. He's the one that sits down and asks him questions about what happened this week. How did this happen? Why did you go with this formation? Why did we choose that player? Why didn't we start this player? That's Edu's job. Edu is there, and he's got to press and ensure that Arteta can become a better manager. If he's just there agreeing with everything Arteta does, then he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah,
a good manager is a manager that's going to take you out of your comfort zone and improve you as a person, as a leader, as a decision maker, and as a person as a whole. And if Edu isn't doing that, then Edu for me is the wrong man in the job.
And in turn, Arteta needs to coach the players in order to play against certain teams. In order, for instance, if you're playing Tottenham, you know they're going to counter, so therefore you have to set your team up to play a counter-attacking game. And you have to, as a manager, I think you need to, just learn. You need to know who your best team is, and I'm also one for not thinking that Arteta knows who his best 11 is. I mean, today just goes to show that this is the best team that he's actually played since Fulham this season.
GK, guys, we're going to shut down now. I'm just going to answer GK's question. GK said party creative, and remember this slide, my friend. Look at the last column here. It says dribbles completed. He has double the amount of dribbles. We saw what a dribble did today when Saka took the ball and he went past 3 players and he just produced a moment of magic. Thomas Partey can do that.
Let me say this though. Willock doesn't play as much as Partey does he?
No.
So he probably would be close up there because he has 21 dribbles. He's probably pretty close, actually.
I agree. So, guys, listen, that's it for us today. Guys, thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate that. as wholeheartedly. Hit a like on the channel. Thanks to everybody on the panel as well. And I think that, guys, we've got some momentum, some momentum to take into the Everton game. And now I'm looking for high expectations. I'm seeing the commitment now, and I want to see the same commitment, the same team sheet in the Everton game. What's your thoughts before you go, Bertram?
I am pleased with today's outcome, given that we're down to 10 men. I thought we played well for quite a bit of the game. I'm very disappointed in Gabriel. We seem to self-destruct in so many games, and it's getting to be a theme. That's not a good thing. We just self-destruct against Leeds, against Burnley, and now today we self-destruct again against Southampton. And these are not the top teams self-destructing again. We can get an outcome and get a result that's positive. That's very, very disappointing to put yourself at a disadvantage when you're trying to gain some momentum and trying to do well. But I'll say that the new players who came in gave a good account of themselves. I think Southampton looked regular today. I've seen them play all season. They've looked very, very good. Even when they lost to Man U, they were up 2-0. We didn't give them a lot of room today. We played them really well and should have, in my opinion, if we had 11 versus 11, could have gotten an outcome that of a win. But hey, it's on to the next game. Now, our next couple of games are going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And I don't know where Partey is. I don't think he's going to play until maybe January, February, given if he just got out with a similar injury. And Martinelli's not coming to save us anytime soon. So and we don't have Gabriel for the next game, but at least we have David Luiz coming back.
Yeah.
So hopefully those two can hold the fort up until Gabriel comes back. But it's going to be tough against Everton because they're very physical in the middle. We needed Gabriel for that game, given how Calvert-Lewin is playing, right? He's physical, runs all game. That's where you need a Gabriel to match up with him. It's going to be a very difficult game. And Richarlison is a spring chicken, frankly.
Yeah.
Very physical also. So you have two very powerful center forward, and I'm sure what's his name who's been out for a couple of games, Rodriguez will probably also come back. So it's going to be a very difficult game, but I think this will give us some momentum. This will give us some positivity going forward, and hopefully we can, get a good outcome.
I think so. Ebony?
Everton, if we can play a similar game as we played today against Southampton, I think we can get a result. I just hope that, today's lineup that Arteta was forced really to choose because he had no choice, is actually the momentum to think, all right, these kids are bloody good. I'm going to use them more. I'm going to show faith in them, especially Ainsley. I'm going to show my faith in these kids. I'm going to pick them up because I can see what these kids can do. I'm going to instill my trust in them because they can do it. They can do it. And a lot of the fans I know, a lot of Arsenal fans, understandably, they want to see more of the older heads. That's understandable because of the experience, but you have to blend youth and experience. Otherwise, you're just going to get the same dross as we have until today's game.
Excellent. Just before I go, GK saying, are you talking pass creative or carrying? Both. He can do whatever. The one thing that I learnt myself when we were scouting Thomas Partey in the summer is people only think of him as a defensive midfielder because that's what Diego Simeone has asked him to do. But if you listen to his international team coach, he actually doesn't play as a defensive midfielder there. He's actually one of their best creative players. And even Diego Simeone said, you can play him all across the park. He can, and the numbers show that. He can be a creative player for you, or he can be a defensive. The fact that he's got so much range to his game is what makes him so great. And what that does for Arsenal is that gives Arsenal more options. Because if you've got a player like El Nene who can play behind him, then you can allow to put Partey further up the pitch. But if you don't have that consistency and say El Nene leaves next summer, then Partey is your defensive midfielder. So it's great to have somebody like that is so flexible in his position. And it's the same thing we have with Martinelli. Martinelli can play left, right, up top, number 10. It's the flexibility which is really great to have. I myself personally didn't know that we had that in Partey. I really didn't. So Partey is such a well-rounded player. And for me, the best is yet to come from him. So, guys, that's the end of the stream. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Listen, Saturday, Everton away from home, 5:30. Join us back then, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, man.